Excuse me, miss. Billy Joe Ryan, is he around?
Well, he just this minute went to his dressing room, but he'll be out in a minute.
Good. Could I stick around here and wait for him?
I don't see why not.
Terrific, thank you.
You got the key. Well, that's what I went after. Didn't think I'd come back empty-handed, did you?
What did you tell the superintendent?
The truth. I told him that we were going to have a surprise housewarming party for Lurleen.
You mean he just gave you that? You could have been a burglar or something.
Does this look like the face of a burglar?
No, I guess not. I'm so excited. Lily's going to be surprised with this housewarming party.
Oh, well, planning it has been a lot of fun.
It sure has. I cannot wait to see the expression on her face. Put that down!
Why?
Ricky, just put it down. Lurleen, why don't you tell me what's going on here?
Well, I told Ricky that we were getting ready to move this trunk over to the apartment, and he insisted on giving us a hand.
Well, that's real nice of you, Ricky, but we don't need your help.
Ruby, this thing weighs a ton.
Don't touch it!
What is wrong with you? You're acting real strange.
Nothing's wrong with me. We got a nice new apartment now. I don't want this ugly old thing dirtying it up, that's all. Besides, haven't you ever heard about a lady changing her mind?
Well, that's fine with me. What are you going to do, leave it here?
Why shouldn't I?
No reason. I guess it depends on what you have in this thing.
Yes.
Mr. H.
That you, Adams?
Yes, sir.
Any news?
I just paid a visit to a Rehnquist hotel room.
And?
I get the feeling he's as much in the dark as we are.
You don't think Baker's contacted him?
If he has, it hasn't been at the hotel. According to the clerk, Rehnquist hasn't had any male visitors.
What do you think?
Well, if I had to guess, I'd say that Rehnquist was doing his damnedest to find Baker, too.
Well, you keep your eye on him, Adams. He might be pulling a fast one.
You've got to get to Baker first.
Hey, have I ever let you down?
No. But don't let this be the first time, Adams, or it'll be the last time.
I understand, sir. I'll find it.
Well, make it soon. I'm running out of patience.
What about Ruby? Baker's wife?
You've got other things to worry about.
Yeah, but
You said that,
Did you hear what I said?
I want you to find the fire compass. I've already taken care of Miss Ruby Wright.
Sorry I kept you two waiting so long.
I want you to know I got all my chores done real early today.
You make me sound like Simon Legree.
I just don't want you to think I was sloughing off.
I'd never think that, did you?
Well, with what happened with Mrs. Decker and everything, I didn't think you were any too pleased with me.
What's this about Rena?
Oh, that's right. You don't know about that, do you?
No. So tell me.
Well, she and Vivian decided to pull a fast one on me. I beat them at their own game.
What are you talking about?
I just didn't think I could do the job that Mrs. Decker could.
The job of what?
Well, Vivian was helping me redecorate.
See, I got to thinking about this, and I just figured I just couldn't do as good a job decorating, so I asked Mrs. Decker to help me. And then I didn't want to tell your dad because I thought he'd get mad at me.
You make me sound like an ogre again.
Oh, you're not over, Mr. Wheeler.
You see, neither one of them counted on the fact that I might find out about it. So when Rena came over, I told her that I loathed decorating.
Dad, that's awful.
Yes, I know.
Was Rena upset?
Well, sure.
It's not like you to be mean.
I was just having a little fun, Brett.
Well, you certainly have changed. I would think you'd become a practical joker in your advancing years. You know, there's hope for you yet.
Thank you. Now, did I miss something in that conversation out there, or did you two tell me what you're up to?
No, we never said.
Well?
We're going to help set up this party it's a surprise housewarming for Lurleen Harper and Ruby Wright.
Oh, that sounds like fun.
Yeah, it should be.
So you want to go over there now, Miss Wheeler?
Oh, Vivian, I have to talk to my father-in-law for a minute, so I'll meet you there. Oh, yeah, that's okay.
Vivian, have John drive you over there, but he can't stay because I will need the car within the hour.
Why would he stay? He doesn't know Lurleen or Ruby.
Okay, I'll be there in a few minutes.
Okay, bye-bye.
Okay.
All right. Now, what is this all about?
Dad, I have to talk to you.
Well, sure, about what?
Mom.
Your bet is childish, Justin. Childish and unprofessional.
It's our bet, really. I don't think it's childish at all. It has a certain frontier spirit to it. An old wildcatter like your daddy would understand.
Oh, come on, Justin. The frontier is over. This is 1982, and Houston is no frontier town.
All that civilization didn't stop you from making that bet that night, did it?
Only because you made me angry. You're very good at that, you know.
Yes, I know. I wonder why.
And I have no intention of honoring a bet that I was goaded into.
You should have more control. Are you afraid of the outcome?
Of course not. Marshall Oil is doomed, Justin. You're going to overreach yourself, and the whole thing is going to come crumbling down.
That's not what I meant. I wonder if you aren't secretly hoping that you'll lose our little wager.
I told you I'm calling the wager off.
No, you're not. Bet is a bet, unless you're not a woman of your word.
You really do have a schoolyard mentality, don't you? Well, this isn't a game, Justin.
Of course it is. I can't believe you're so upset. If you're the businesswoman that you claim to be, or you're going to run me into the ground. Inside of 4 months, I'll just pack up and leave Texas. If, well, maybe you're worried that there'll be a different outcome. I can't help telling you, I did make a reservation at that little hotel in Dallas for our evening together.
Cancel it. It's not going to happen.
If you want to capitulate, we can take care of everything right here and now.
You're crazy. The bet's back on, Justin. And I'm going to win. Hey, you ready?
In a while, darling. In a while.
Well, what you waiting on, Justin? See if Miss Rena decides to drop back in?
You know that's not true, darling.
Do I?
Hey, how about going to dinner tonight?
You mean you're even going to try to bribe me now?
Since when do I need to bribe my own wife? I want to take you out to dinner because I love you.
Oh, Justin. I know I've been mad all day.
That's all right, darling. You're entitled to your own moods.
Rena just makes my blood boil.
Yeah, well, I have to admit, sometimes she has the same effect on me.
Let's just forget her.
Yeah.
Where are you taking me to dinner?
Oh, let's go to the country club. It's nice. It's relaxing there. How about that?
Yeah, that's good.
Well, why don't you go on back to the hotel and put on something really nice and sexy, and I'll pick you up at the Spindle Top at about 7.
Well, why can't we go now? Unless you just think that I'm not sexy enough.
I always think you're sexy, you know.
Then let's go.
Well, I really have a business meeting.
With who?
I really don't think you'd want to know.
Why not?
Well, I think you'd be jealous.
Who do you have a meeting with?
Well, I have a meeting with your cousin.
Oh, Justin. Where are you and Gregory going?
Well, I promised him I'd take him over to KBIK, see some old tapes of my racing cars. That's all right with you?
Now, what do you think?
Well, you told me you wanted me to spend more time with Gregory, and that's what I'm doing.
I love you. I love you. You are a wonderful man.
Of course I am.
Not modest, but wonderful.
It's a huge responsibility. I have to be wonderful.
Now, why's that?
How else could I have gotten such a wonderful woman to be my wife?
Hey there, Dave. Have a good evening, and say hello to that pretty little wife of yours, huh? Mr. Wright. That's right. If you got a minute, I'd like to talk to you. Oh, sure I do. What do you want to talk about? Bo Baker.
Why do you want to talk about your mother?
I was wondering what the status of your divorce is.
Well, it's not final, if that's what you're asking.
Why not?
I don't know. I just never felt the need to hurry up the process.
It's still hard for you to talk about this, isn't it?
Well, sure. I loved your mother very much.
I loved Mom, too. I always will.
Good. It's good for a mother and daughter to be close.
Dad, I know how much she hurt you. When you found out that she was having an affair, it was like a part of you died.
Yeah, I guess that's right.
I felt so badly that I couldn't help you.
Well, you did, by just being there.
I didn't feel like I was helping. I just wanted to hold you tight, but you seemed so fragile. I thought you'd break.
Well, I'm sorry you felt that way. I can't think of a single thing that would have made me feel better than a real tight hug from you.
Well, we found something out today.
What was that?
That we shouldn't hold back our feelings from each other.
What are you driving at, Brett?
I think you should do something to speed up the divorce.
Does it have anything to do with Rena Decker?
You bet it does. Now, you've got to know by now that I've been doing everything I can to get you two together.
I certainly do. But there are certain things that a man must do by himself.
Exactly. That's my point. Now, what are you going to do when you and Rena do get together? You're still a married man.
Well, I don't know. I might call Judith's attorneys up in Boston, find out exactly where I stand.
You do that.
I'll think about it.
What's to think about? You just pick up the phone and call.
I'll do it myself.
Knew you'd see it my way.
Well, I do every once in a while, don't I?
Eventually. Well, I got to get to that party. Glad we had this little talk. It's going to bring you one step closer to Rita.
You know, this really is a nice apartment, isn't it, Kate?
Well, it doesn't look like the kind of thing that Lurleen would choose on her own.
Well, maybe not, but you should be happy that she has a nice place like this to live in.
Maybe that's Brett and Vivian.
I get it.
Vivian! Hi, Miss Carter. Hi, Miss Marshall.
Oh, hi, Vivian.
It was so sweet of you, Vivian, to come over and offer to help us.
Oh, wasn't anything. It was no trouble.
Oh, didn't Brett come with you?
Oh, no. She wanted to stay behind and talk to Mr. Wheeler a little while. She'll be coming right along in a few minutes.
What is that?
Well, according to John, this is supposed to bring good luck.
Who's John?
He's Mr. Wheeler's chauffeur. He's very smart. He knows about everything.
Looks like a bug to me.
That's what I told him. But he says, I thought it was a cockroach, but it isn't cockroaches. I didn't see how that was going to bring luck, but it's crickets.
What's this, Vivian?
Ah.
Oh, that's wonderful.
Ah. Did you do it? Oh, heck no. This is called calligraphy. It's one of John's hobbies. See, this part, domicile, is just a fancy name for house.
Well, John sounds like a very impressive young man.
Oh, he is. He knows about everything. My, this is an awful fancy place. This Ruby person must have a lot of money.
I don't think so, Vivian.
No, it's Lurleen that has the money.
I didn't know Lurleen was rich.
Just before her grandfather died, he sold his ranch for $500,000. And that money's Lurleen's.
$500,000? That's a lot of posadas. Well, she's very nice to let this Ruby person stay here with her.
If you ask me, I think Lurleen's being far too generous with Ruby.
What kind of a person is this Ruby person?
She's the devil's own child.
Ruby is not Kate's favorite person.
Well, if she runs with the devil, she wouldn't be mine either. You know, it just galls me to think that we have to have this party for her, too.
Now, Kate, you can't very well tell Ruby that she's not welcome in her own home.
Oh, I guess not.
You want me to get them, Miss Connor?
that's good.
I'm good at answering doors. Okay. Thanks, Ruby. Yes?
I was just passing through and I heard voices. I thought maybe Ruby and Lurleen were home.
Are you a friend of theirs?
Well, right now I'm just next door neighbor, but I sure hope we can be friends. What, are you a friend of theirs?
I'm the maid. I'm helping to set up this party.
Party?
Yeah, we're going to have a big surprise housewarming party for Lurleen and Ruby.
Oh, that's real nice. I love surprises, don't you?
I love them. If you want to be a friend of theirs, why don't you come on in and join the celebration?
You sure it'd be okay?
Oh, heck yes. The way I look at it, the more the merrier.
Yeah, hi.
Who's here?
Hi. I'm Gretchen Randall.
I thought Ricky was never going to leave.
You think he believed that the trunk was full of old clothes?
I don't know. You sure didn't help things any, Lurleen.
I'm sorry, Ruby. You've got to stop falling apart every time some little tiny thing goes wrong. I know. I just can't help it.
That's all right, honey. I get scared sometimes, too.
What are we going to do, Ruby?
We're going to get rid of this trunk.
I thought we were going to take it back to the apartment
Well, I
first.
changed my mind.
Well, shouldn't we wait till it gets dark?
No. That's where we made our mistake before.
See, people get suspicious when you do things in the dark. They expect you to be doing something wrong.
Nobody's going to expect us to dump a body in broad daylight.
I don't expect people to dump bodies anytime.
Lurleen, do you have any better ideas?
No. I just hate this, Ruby. You think I like it?
Come on. Let's just get this thing out of here.
Oh, I don't think I can, Ruby.
Oh, Lurleen, you have to. You saw what happened when Ricky was here. Do you want to repeat that situation again?
No.
Well, then come on, help me. Let's just get Bo out of here. Lurleen, don't do it. I don't need two bodies lying around. Come on, help me.
I'm trying, Ruby. I just don't think I can.
You've got to, honey, please. Lurleen, if you don't help me, I don't know what I'm going to do. Oh, wait. All right. Oh,
I thought you left hours ago.
Well, every time I get about ready to go out that door, something else comes up.
Huh. Where's Justin?
Oh, we went over to KVIK, took Gregory. He was going to show him some of the tapes when he was racing.
Ah. That have anything to do with his plans to have Ace High introduce a new line of gasoline additives?
Probably, but I really think that he just wanted to spend time with Gregory.
Mm-hmm. You see? I told you come around, didn't I?
Yeah, I guess you did.
Now, when are you going to start listening to me, Ashley? I always give you such great advice.
Well, I seem to remember when you didn't always give me such...
You want to talk about it?
No, maybe we better not.
Is Justin serious about getting back into this racing business?
Yeah. He's got plans to build a race car. He wants to drive it himself. Says it'll be good publicity for Ace High.
Can't you talk him out of it?
Well, now, why should I do that?
Cost.
TJ, if Justin has made up his mind to have that race car, cost ain't gonna change that.
Okay. Now, about your money.
What about it?
Well, I'd like you to think about diversifying. The money that you inherited is invested in good, sound companies. It's just that most of them are in minerals.
No, I'm happy with it.
Well, it's not a good idea to put all of your eggs in one basket. You should diversify. I mean, a lot of the stuff that you have is good that it's in minerals,
Well, now-
but you can take some of it and put it in other types of
No,
companies.
I don't want to diversify, TJ.
Well, why not?
I just don't. And don't get involved in things that don't concern you.
You're the guy who's been bugging my wife about Bo Baker, huh? I've dropped by your apartment. I want to say this just once to you, mister. Now, you listen good, okay? I don't want you dropping by again. You got that? You do it one more time, and I'm going to the
Mr. Wright, it was you that I came by to see.
I don't want to talk to you. I don't want to have anything to do with you if you're a friend of Bo Baker's. And that goes for Ruby, my sister, too.
Mr. Wright, what's this about your sister?
She's right up to here with Bo Baker. And if he's got a brain in his head, he'll give my sister that divorce.
Billy Joe!
That's all I need right now.
There is my star, Ace High.
Ace High. Hey, little buddy.
And Ace High's got some pretty fancy plans for you.
Marshall?
Now, Gregory. And you're the key to those plans, Billy Joe?
Marshall?
What is it, son?
Was Professor Rehnquist still in here?
Who?
He's gone. He went through the Space Center with me and Mrs. Connor that day.
Friend of yours, Billy Joe?
That guy? Huh? Heck, no, he's just some snoop asking a lot of questions.
Why didn't he say hello to me?
Oh, maybe he just didn't see you.
He saw me. He looked right at me.
Well, maybe it's not the same guy that you saw at the Space Center.
No, that was him.
Well, it's not around here anymore. Billy Joe, we got some great news.
Oh, yeah, what's that?
Ace High's putting out a whole new line of fuel additives. And I want you to promote them.
That's great, Justin. Now, come on. That's just great.
This the place you mean, Ruby? This is it. It's perfect. Nobody's gonna find him out here. Now what? I figure all we gotta do is get the body out and drag him a few yards into those bushes over there, and we'll be home free. Ruby? It's gonna be months before anybody finds his body out here. Ruby? If we're lucky, maybe they'll never find it. What's the matter, Lurleen? You're not gonna chicken out of me now, are you? Just a few more minutes, and we're gonna be home free. Just think, honey, tomorrow morning we'll wake up in that beautiful, gorgeous new apartment of ours, and all this is gonna seem like a bad dream. Well, I guess we better get started. No! Lurleen, what's the matter with you?
Mind if I ask what you two are up to?
I have an idea.
About what?
Let's go to dinner.
Oh, Grant, I'm sorry, I can't.
Why not? Are you mad at me?
Why should I be?
Well, Brett tells me I'm a mean man.
I'm not mad at you. I'm just a little embarrassed.
Well, then why can't you go to dinner?
Because I made other plans.
Another date?
Yes? I'm going to Lurleen Harper's housewarming party.
Oh, I know all about that. Brett's over there right now.
And I gotta go if I'm gonna get there before
Wait a minute,
Lurleen.
wait a minute. If this is an early party, why don't we have a late dinner?
You're certainly persistent, aren't you?
All wheeler dealers are.
It's one way of getting what you want.
Faint heart never won fair lady. Do I have a date or don't I?
I'd love to have dinner with you, Grant Wheeler.
Good. How about the top of the world?
On one condition.
What?
We don't discuss business.
Oh. Well, that's going to be a little difficult.
Why?
Well, I've been doing an awful lot of thinking about you, Rena, and it seems to me that you may be in the wrong line of work, and I want to discuss that with you.
The wrong line of what? I love what I do. I love the oil business,
I
Grant.
know, but it seems to me that there might be something else that you're better suited for.
What are you talking about? I'm doing exactly what I want to do.
Have you ever thought of becoming a professional interior decorator?
Oh, you had me going there for a minute. I should be furious.
But you're not,
You
are you?
know.
You're dismissed.
Hey. Nice to see you putting in some long hours, TJ. That's the way I like to see my executives behaving.
Well, don't get too excited, Justin. I was just leaving. I thought you were over at KVIK with Gregory.
I was. I'm headed over to the Spindletop, take Ashley to dinner.
You got a minute?
Sure, why not?
Look, I'm kind of concerned about your introducing this new line of gasoline additives right now. I don't think it's a real good idea.
Don't worry about that. I know what I'm doing.
Well, why don't you just wait until Ace High is on a more solid footing before introducing it?
TJ, you're my attorney, not my banker.
Well, you hired me for my expertise.
Do you know what your problem is?
I wasn't aware I had one.
Oh, everybody's got problems. Yours is that you just don't think big enough.
I'm trying to protect your interests.
I know, but you're caging me in here, and that's not my style, TJ.
Yeah, well, I wouldn't be doing my job if I didn't give you my honest opinion, now would I?
Tell you what. When I want your opinion, I'll ask for it. You got that?
No, I haven't got that. What I've got is a vested interest in this company's success. So I'll always speak my mind.
Okay. But on this point, I overrule you.
I hear you.
TJ.
What?
I want you to be very careful with my sister. You got that?
Now you've gone too far, Justin. Like I said before, I'll play your game here in the office. But you stay out of my personal life. Now, I'm seeing Paige tonight. And there's nothing you or anybody else can do about it. Now, you got that?
Is something wrong, officer?
Well, that's about what I was to ask you.
Oh, nothing's wrong. Everything's just great, isn't it, Ruby? Sure is, honey.
Well, I thought maybe there was some problem. You don't see too many pretty ladies out in these parts.
Oh, officer, that's so nice of you to say. Well, actually, we're real glad you came along because my friend and I are lost. We can't find our way back to Houston.
You're going in the wrong direction. Houston's back there.
Is that a fact? Well, honey, did you hear that? We got ourselves totally turned around. Yeah, we couldn't tell where we were from looking at the map.
Oh, well, if you give me the map, I'd be glad to show you exactly.
We don't have a map.
Thought you just said you were looking at one.
For one. What she meant to say is we're looking for a map. That's right. We're looking for a map.
Oh, I thought maybe you were delivering that trunk somewhere.
But what trunk?
That old trunk you got in the back there.
Oh, that trunk. That trunk is full of old clothes. See, a good friend of ours, is giving all of her old clothes to charity out here, and so we volunteered to take the trunk to Houston for her.
Oh, that's right charitable of you.
Yeah, well, we do what we can.
There's a charity drop-off not too far from here. I'd be glad to show you where it is.
Oh, officer, that is really kind of you, but we don't want to put you to any trouble.
Oh, it wouldn't be no trouble. And there's not much happening around here anyways.
Well, actually, these clothes were promised to the United Holiness Church. That's the one we work for.
You two work for the United Holiness Church?
Yes, we do. I'm Sister Ruby, and this here's Sister Mary Lurleen.
Well, I sure wouldn't peg two such pretty ladies as church ladies.
That's so kind of you. Well, we'd love to stay and chat with you, but our brothers and sisters back in Houston must be getting real worried about us.
Tell you what, why don't you follow me until I get you back on the main highway?
Oh, that's so kind, officer. Thank you.
It's a pleasure, ladies.
Nice seeing you again, Gregory.
Yeah, nice seeing you too, Mr. Hannibal.
I'm flattered you remember me.
I'll forget faces and names.
That's a useful skill to have.
thought you were still friends.
Oh, I get around. Looks like you do, too.
Yeah, I guess so.
How do you like Houston?
I like it a lot.
Well, I'm glad. I hope you enjoy your visit here. Maybe we'll see each other again sometime.
I don't think so. I don't come here very often.
Oh, I'm sure I'll see you again soon.
Yeah, maybe.
You have a good time, Gregory.
Job. And this food looks delicious.
Well, that's thanks to Vivian. She's a wonderful, wonderful cook.
It's nothing fancy, just home cooking.
Yeah, but when you eat all your meals out, nothing sounds better than home cooking.
Don't you ever do any cooking for yourself?
Well, it's kind of tough shopping for just one person. They package everything for at least two.
I never thought of that.
It gets kind of depressing, eating all by yourself.
That's terrible.
Oh, sorry, I didn't mean to burden you with my problems.
Oh, you didn't burden me. Maybe once you get to know Lurleen and Ruby, you won't be alone so much.
Oh, wouldn't that be something? Having two real friends right next door.
Yeah. Do you want me to get that, Miss Connor?
That's okay, Vivian. I'll get it.
Hi.
Nice to see her. Mr. Wheeler isn't mad at us anymore.
I know.
What is all this about Grant being mad at you?
Oh, long story, but happy ending. In fact, he's taking me out to dinner tonight.
Dad's taking you out to dinner?
Mm-hmm. Well, that's great.
I think so, too.
Hi, Kate. Hello, Rena.
Has my mama arrived yet?
No, she hasn't. Billy Joe and Ricky aren't here either.
Well, I hope they all hurry, or Lurleen and Ruby are going to be from home.
Isn't this exciting? I'm sure that Ruby and Lurleen are just going to be thrilled to death.
Is that officer still following us?
I think he's gone.
Where are we gonna go now?
I'm so tired, I can't even think.
Ruby, we can't go driving around like this all night with that trunk in the back.
I know that.
We have another problem.
What's that?
We're running out of gas.
Give me a minute to think.
Well, don't take any longer than that. We're practically running on fumes now.
All right, I know what we're going to do.
What?
We're going to take Bo back to the apartment.
Gregory, where's Justin?
Oh, he's outside talking to some friends. Yeah, boy, so I came in here.
Oh, well, he'll come wandering in after a while.
Want to play some pool?
Pool's not exactly my forte.
I could teach you.
You'd probably rather wait on Justin. He's a lot better pool player than I am, I'm sure.
Darn!
What's wrong?
Well, maybe I could have beaten you, but I can't beat Marshall.
Huh! I'll make you think that you can't beat me. Wait just a minute here. Give me that cue stick. Which one should I go for?
Huh? Anyone.
Any of them? You don't think I can do it, do you? Whoops. Not on the coat because this is very important. What are you laughing at? Come on. We'll go find Justin.
Great.
Yeah.
A friend of yours was here.
Oh, who?
Mr. Hannibal.
He was here?
Yeah, just a while ago.
Did he talk to you?
For a while.
What did he say?
He just wanted to know how I liked Houston.
What'd you tell him?
Told him it's truth. Tom, I just like Houston just fine.
Did he say anything else to you?
No? What's wrong, Ashley?
Look, I don't want you to mention Mr. Hannibal's name to Justin. Do you understand?
Why not?
Just don't do it, okay? Okay?
Hi.
Hello there, Doc.
Oh, we thought we were going to have to send out a search party for you.
Well, just talk to some good old boys outside. It's always good for business, huh?
You promised that you were going to spend the evening with us.
Well, I am.
Hey, Marshall.
Not now, Gregory.
But Ashley said you'd play some pool with me.
I did.
You did.
Yes.
We will get back to this later.
Okay.
Well, I guess I'll have to teach you a few things about this game. Let me see here. There we go.
Hey, Billy Joe, where's Nita?
You know, I don't know. I called over at page 1 before, but there's no answer. I'm starting to get a little worried about her.
Oh, she's probably on her way.
I think I better call over there again. Excuse me.
You know, I've been thinking.
Oh, let me guess. Would it be about Miles Rehnquist?
I don't believe you.
Why? Are you going to deny that you were thinking about him?
I was thinking that we should all be hiding instead of standing around like idiots when they come in that door.
Is that what you were thinking, really? Really?
Uh-huh.
Oh. Hey, everybody, listen up. Brett here's got a real good idea. Don't you think we should be hiding?
Well, I thought of that, Ricky, except that we don't know when they're going to get home.
You know, I'm beginning to get worried about those girls.
Well, maybe somebody ought to call the coop.
I talked to Roy over there. He said they weren't there.
Oh, they're probably on their way.
There's still no answer. I just hope Nita gets here before Ruby and Lurleen.
Mrs. Marshall, I'm sorry I have to leave. I got a date with John. How'd you know? Just a lucky guess.
Oh, I'm sorry you have to go, Vivian.
Well,
I miss all the festivities. Particularly when you work so hard.
But I had a good time, so it doesn't matter. Anyway, thank you very much, and tell Lurleen that I wish her a happy housewarming, okay?
I certainly will.
And really go after it tonight, okay?
Thanks for the help.
Okay. I hope you find some friends.
Oh, thank you. Bye-bye, you guys. Bye-bye, Mr. Ray. See you on the TV.
All right, bye-bye.
Now I'm really beginning to get worried. Those girls should have been here a long time ago.
And that is the way to play that game.
Boy, I wish I could play as well as you do, Marshall.
Well, someday you will. Just give yourself a little time. I worked up an appetite. How about you?
Yeah, I'm kind of hungry, too.
Yeah, well, this place has the best steaks this side of the Mississippi.
They do?
Yep.
Do they have hamburgers?
Well, yeah, but once you taste one of these steaks, you won't ever want a hamburger again.
Justin, you know what? I don't really even want to eat here.
Why not?
I just don't. I don't know.
Gregory, would you mind if Ashley and I had a little talk?
Are you two going to fight?
No,
baby.
No, we're not going to fight. Remember what I talked to you about? We're just going to have a little talk. All right?
Then why can't I stay?
Gregory, please.
Okay, go ahead and talk.
Okay. You still mad at me?
No.
Is this what this is all about?
No, I'm not mad at you. I just don't want to stay here, that's all.
Well, you know, you're ruining this boy's evening.
No, I'm not. He'll get over it.
I don't know why you're acting like this. Why are you being this way?
I'm sorry. Gregory? Baby, come on. Where are we going? Come on, we're leaving. We're going to go eat somewhere else. Excuse me.
Stay tuned. Texas will be right back.
Lily, what's wrong now? I can't go another step. We're just a couple feet from the door, honey. Come on. Ruby, I don't think this is such a good idea bringing him here. What else are we going to do, Lurleen? Use your head. It's much better bringing him here than taking him to the coop. Well, where are we going to put him? We'll just stick him in a closet till we figure out what to do with him. In my closet? Well, what would you rather do, Lurleen? Put him on top of the TV and use him as an antenna? I don't want him in my closet. Fine. We'll put him in another closet. Your closet. Lurleen, why are you making such a big deal about this? It's just a temporary situation. You've been saying that for the past 2 weeks. Well, have you got any better ideas? No, I guess not. Let's just get him out of this hallway before somebody sees us. Okay, shh. I think I hear him coming. Everybody get in.
Hold on.
Lurleen, have you got your key? I think I left mine at the coop. Oh. Yeah, here it is. Okay.
This part of Texas was brought to you by Ivory. Natural soap. Simple, basic soap. To help your skin stay healthy looking. Join us each weekday at this time for the continuing story of Texas.
Ice-covered. Waves will be from 3 to 5 feet. On Lake St. Clair, winds west to southwest.
It's time for the continuing story of Another World.
Here we are, Mr. Connors.
Well, thank you, Ricardo.
And I'll be back in a few minutes to take you over myself.
Oh, I think I'll hold off on that for a while. I'm expecting my wife. I'm going to wait for her.
Very well, sir. Yes, may I help you?
Yeah, yes, I think I'll be joining Mr. Connor.
How yourself? Well, I'm almost ready.
I brought something special for us tonight.
Yes, and what could that be, sir? Oh,
Voila.
TJ!
This will help make our meal tonight memorable.
Oh, that's wonderful. But, couldn't we have just ordered wine with dinner?
Not this vintage. I doubt there are more than 3 bottles of this in the whole state of Texas.
Well, you have got something special there.
Yeah, I know.
Well, we really can't walk in with our own bottle to a restaurant, can we?
No.
So?
Well, I thought if it was all right with you, we'd have dinner here tonight instead.
I'd like that a lot.
Situation. That's what you've been saying for the past 2 weeks. Have you got any better ideas? No, I guess not. All right, fine. Let's just get him out of this hall before somebody sees us. Okay. Shh, I think I hear them coming. Everybody in position.
I'll go here. Hold on. I'm almost through again.
Oh, easy. Okay.
party on the road. Ricky, give me a hand with this trunk here. Let's help him out here. Excuse me, Carl.
Lillian, look out. We're going to move this for you first.
Hold on. Oh. Like that. That's it. Right over here. Come on.
Well, come on, before you join the party. This is your party, you know. Sure we are. Surprise.
I'd still like to know why you're so against having dinner at the Spindletop.
Justin, I don't know. I just didn't feel like eating there.
Just didn't feel like it, huh?
That's right. Oh, you know how it is sometimes. You just don't feel like being at a certain place just because.
No. I don't know how it feels.
Justin, can we please just drop it?
Yeah, we'll drop it.
Hey, Marshall, you know what?
What, Gregory?
Whenever I'm in the car with you driving, I make believe really zooming around in race cars.
You do you?
Yeah, and every time we make another trip, it's just like another race.
Well, do we always win?
You're driving, of course.
That's the spirit. Of course, driving one of these is a lot different than driving one of those race cars.
Different?
Yeah. Well, for one thing, we wouldn't have these nice soft seats, and I'd be all strapped in with a roll bar over me.
What's a roll bar?
Well, that's to protect the driver if the car goes out of control and rolls over.
Do you go out of control much?
Well, no, not if you plan it right. The idea is not to do that. But when you're going 4 times what we're doing right now, 4 times the speed of that, well...
4 times? But we're going.
Yeah.
Wow.
Well, still haven't decided where we're going to have dinner yet.
Well, since we're headed back to town, how about Top of the World?
Top of the world. That okay with you, Sport?
Sounds okay to me.
Top of the world it is.
Is Allison gonna have dinner with us?
No, baby. She said she had to work late. She'll meet us back at the hotel.
Hi, Allison.
Nice to see you again so soon. Just seem to run into everybody here.
Yeah, this local gathering place. You meeting somebody?
No, I just came by to unwind before going home. It's sort of a hectic day. It's a nice place to unwind.
Mm-hmm.
You mind if I join you?
No, I don't mind at all. Just waiting for Ginny. She's at a party. I don't know when she's going to be showing up. I'll be glad to have the company.
Well, good.
I know how it feels, anyway.
What?
Having to unwind after a rough day.
Oh, yeah. Well, I mean, you must need a lot more of unwinding than I do. With all the pressure that your job puts on you. My little job doesn't even compare to that.
No, pressure is pressure, no matter what the job is.
You're right. You know, I am really working hard to do my best for Rita Decker. I really don't want to let her down. I know she went out of her way to hire me, and...
Well, as long as you do your best, you're not going to be letting anyone down, right? So, what would you like to drink, huh?
Glass of white wine?
Okay, a glass of white wine.
It's good to be here, Ryan. Can I call you Ryan?
Come on, Allison, I've already told you can call me Ryan.
That's right. I don't like formality very much. Do you?
No, I don't either. Waiter!
So, you ready for a cocktail?
Mm-hmm, a glass of white wine for the young lady, please.
Okay, very good, sir.
Thank you. Now, Allison, you've been having a lot of fun since you've been here in Houston?
Yeah, I've had my share. Not as much as I'd like to, though. See, I don't know many people. Especially men.
Come on, you gotta be kidding. You know me.
As well as I'd like to.
Well, let's get acquainted.
Hey, Ruby, I thought you weren't going to bring this thing over here.
We had some stuff in it that we needed.
Ruby, what have you got in here anyway?
Oh, just, personal stuff.
Personal stuff, huh?
Ruby, Marlene, wasn't it nice of all of our friends to give us this wonderful big surprise party? Wasn't it wonderful? Yes. Marlene? Is everything all right, honey? Oh, yeah.
You look a little upset. You're not mad at us for having a surprise party for you, are you?
Oh, no, I just have to catch my breath. I'm fine. It was just such a shock. You know, finding all of you here at the apartment, I really wasn't expecting all this.
I'll bet you were shocked. But you see, we felt that since this was your first place away from home, we should have a party for you.
Oh, Miss Kate, all of you, you're so good to me.
Well, you deserve it. It was fun anyway, sneaking around and plotting, and Vivian did most of the food.
Oh, thank you, Miss
because we love you.
Thank you.
I hope you don't mind my joining in, but I felt we'd just become friends the moment you two moved in.
Ruby, where do you want us to put this trunk?
You can put it in the bedroom. No! We have to unload part of it here in the living room anyway, right, Ruby? Oh, yeah, right. And, it takes up so much space and everything, we might as well just get that tacky trunk out of the apartment as soon as possible.
Well, look, in that case, why don't we just unpack the trunk right now?
That's a good idea.
Yeah, we've all come to help, right?
Sure, come on.
Yeah, we'll get your stuff put away in no time.
Turn around.
It's on this side. Go on.
Okay, right
It's
there.
locked.
Oh, where's the key, Ruby?
The key?
To the trunk.
Oh, you know, I totally forgot. I left it at the coop. But you guys didn't come here to, unpack our stuff or anything. Why don't you party? I mean, we're supposed to party. Why don't you go get those bottles over there? Maybe we can set them up on here and make a bar.
All right. Sounds like a good idea to me.
No, Lorraine, we were getting very concerned about you. We thought you'd be home a lot earlier than this.
Oh, well, we had to drive around.
Drive around?
We were looking for things for the new apartment.
I can't imagine what else you would need here.
Well, we just wanted some little things, to add our personal touch.
Well, where are they?
What?
The things you bought.
On order, aren't they, honey?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's right, Ruby.
I'm really sorry, but I'm going to have to leave.
You just got here.
I know, but I promised Ryan that I'd meet him.
Oh, I'm really sorry we got home so late. Miss Kate, you don't have to go too, do you?
I wouldn't dream of it.
Okay.
Goodbye, so long. Bye. Bye-bye. Meet you. Bye-bye. Bye-bye, Judy.
Well,
Bye-bye.
this was all your idea, wasn't it?
It was a combined effort.
Thank you, Jenny. I appreciate it. I really do.
Yeah, that's what friends are for, honey.
Oh, you're such good friends.
Listen, I got you a little gift for your new apartment. I hope you like
Oh, thank you.
it. You're welcome. You have a good time now. See you later.
Okay, bye.
Bye-bye.
Jenny, the party's still on.
Oh, it certainly is. It just started.
Honey, I'm sorry I'm late.
I was getting worried about you. What took you so long?
Well, I got carried away designing, I'm sorry. I didn't know where the time went.
Well, I'm glad you're here. I'll get something to drink.
Oh, thanks.
Did you talk to Vicky today?
No, I haven't. Why?
Well, I invited her to come. She said she'd try if she could.
Well, you know how things work at the station. Something is always popping up, but it's still early. She'll get here.
Evening, ma'am. Would you like to order something?
Yes, I'd like a vodka and, make that a club soda, please, with a twist.
Coming right up.
Billy, how about a club soda? Sure thing, Mr. Weston. Where are they all? All down, please. Thank you, Billy. Evening. Mind if I sit down?
No, please, join me. That is, if your boss doesn't mind.
Oh, I don't think you'll mind much.
Thank you.
I am the boss. Hunt Weston's the name.
Vicki Bellman. You seem very young to own a place like this.
Well, most owners don't play their own piano either.
That's true.
I can play anything I wish and nobody will fire me.
You have the best of both worlds,
I like it. I have the freedom I want, not having to work for other people. Took me a long time to get my own place, but I finally did it. And this is it. Of course, we are supposed to have more people in here,
We just opened last week, but we're not exactly pulling them in.
Well, give yourself time.
What brings you here? Did you, hear about us from someone?
No, I just happened by.
How do you like the place?
It's very nice. I like it. As a nice, easy atmosphere. You just have to give it a chance to catch on.
You know, I'm glad to hear that from an unbiased source.
Are you worried about making a go of it?
I was last week, but then I got to thinking it over. You know, either people will come or they won't. I'll just give it my best shot. No matter what happens, I'm having a great time.
Well, that's the important thing, to enjoy what you're doing.
That's right. You can't let anything get you down. Doesn't do any good but waste your life. And I like my life. You know, Vicky, you strike me as being one classy lady. And classy or not, I like you. I hope you'll stick around and come by often. Drinks are on the house.
Thank you.
Well, I guess I'd better get back to my piano. I'll see you later.
So when you were in Venezuela, did you spend much time in Maracaibo or Caracas?
Well, I spent time in both places.
Do you prefer Maracaibo? I did.
You mean you've been there?
Sure. Remember, we stayed in this little tiny village in the foothills of the Andes in a cottage with a tin roof. Boy, what a racket when it rained.
Uh-huh. Well, it kept me up, most of the first few nights I was there.
Yeah, you get used to it.
You have to.
And in the Guiana Highlands, you run out of breath so fast. It's amazing how thin the air is at 8,000 feet.
Yeah, it seems to have chilled everybody the first time. But you get used to it. Hey, tell me, did you see the cowboys down there, the Llaneros?
Sure did. Boy, they could certainly give our cowboys some pointers.
Oh, yeah? What do you mean?
How to romance a girl.
Aha. Well, I've heard that about them.
Well, whatever you've heard, I'm sure is true.
I guess I'm gonna have to take your word for it.
You'll have to, won't you?
I will. You know, it sure was a lot of fun talking about places I've been to. Hi.
Hello, Allison. Hello, Julie. We were just discussing our world travels.
Oh.
Yeah, did you know Allison's been to Morocco, Venezuela, probably 100 other places?
That's nice.
Well, I guess I'll leave you two alone. Thanks for the wine.
Well, thank you, Allison. See you now.
Night.
You know, honey, if I knew that your party was going to be lasting this long, I would have tried to make it over there. I finished having drinks with that client just a few minutes ago, right before Allison arrived.
Oh, well, I would have been here sooner, except Merlene and Ruby were late. It's a chance to take when you have a surprise party. But it seems as if you had charming company while you were waiting.
Allison's pretty interesting. A world traveler.
Wish I could travel with you more.
Right now, it's important that you take care of Steve. Steve stays at home with you, right? Let's go have some dinner.
Honey, if it's okay with you, I'd like to go to the ranch and have dinner there. Steve's been alone a long time, and it's getting late.
Sure, sounds good to me. Let's go. Yeah, I'll take this.
It's been such a long time since I've been alone with you. An eternity.
Now it's only been a couple of days since we took our weekend at the cabin.
An eternity. When one day goes by without seeing you, it's too long.
Well, you're making up for lost time, aren't you?
I'm loving every minute of it. I want to spend every night with you. But the oil business just won't let me.
You've been working long hours lately.
Well, it's to be expected with the new company, and Marshall Oil is no exception. And recently, things have been a little bit more difficult than usual.
What's Justin done now?
Don't even say anything, you know, right?
I know my brother pretty well. What's up, kid?
Well, he's toying with the idea of getting back into racing. And at the same time introducing a new line of gasoline additives.
Really?
Yeah. Both are pretty expensive little babies to get started up. It's going to drain all of our cash, something that Justin just doesn't have.
But Ashley does.
Yeah. Yeah, I talked to her about that, too.
And?
You know, when I talked to her about her investments, she just didn't want to listen. Said she wanted to handle it all herself. She could get a lot of mileage out of those investments if she diversified.
Well, it's her money, right?
Yeah, I sensed something deeper, though. I just couldn't pin her down. And Justin going into this racing thing full bore, I guess we'll just have to wait and see.
As always.
Yeah. As always. Hey. What a reckless mood that I'm sitting here. I didn't come here to discuss business.
Well, that certainly got us back on the track, didn't it? Maybe we should order dinner now.
Might be a good idea. Because if we don't do it now, we just might not get around to it.
You're right. I'll go call room service, okay?
So I agree with you on that score, Sport. I'm as hungry as I could eat a horse.
Ashley.
What?
How you said Allison was working late?
She does have to.
Why is she here?
Well, I don't know, but I'm going to find out. Allison?
Ashley, hi. I thought you said you were having dinner at Spindletop.
And I thought that you had to work late.
Oh, I did. I just came here to sort of unwind before going back to the hotel.
Oh, is that right?
That's right.
Come on, you two. We got our table here.
Yeah, we're starving.
Allison, I don't think that this is the place for you to come alone.
If it's any of your business, Ashley, I didn't come here alone. Ryan Connor asked me here for a drink. Now, if you'll excuse me, I think I'm pretty hungry myself.
Perfect. Hey, Ruby, how about if I show everybody on a tour of the apartment? Is that all right?
Sure, honey. Why not?
Okay. Well, would everybody like to take a tour of the apartment? Okay. Okay, come on.
Ladies first.
We can't go through.
Men first.
Ruby, you know that Lurleen is a friend of mine.
She's a friend of mine, too.
Oh, really? I didn't think you were capable of having friends.
What?
You heard what I said. And I'm going to tell you something, Ruby. I don't want to see Lurleen hurt or used in any way. Do you understand me?
I understand you, Rena. Better than you know.
That's exactly what are you up to, Ruby?
I'm not up to anything. I just think you better watch your step. And leave me alone.
Tired of walking, you know, I mean, it's a big work.
I'll make you a little bet. against mine. If I put you out of business in the next 6 months, we'll meet again. Right here. And you'll go to bed with me. Right in this hotel room.
What if I win?
I'll sell out Marshall Oil and leave Texas.
You're a liar.
No. I'm just sure of myself. Do we have a bet?
You've got a bet. Now get out of here.
What a view. And what a view. I know. What a view.
Don't mess with me, Rena Decker.
I like the bathroom, son.
Well, looks like I better get going, folks. I thought I had tonight off, but it turns out I got a fill in at the top of the World Club, so I'll see you all later. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. Bye, Kate. Bye, everybody. So long, Billy Joe.
All right.
Hi, Nita.
Hi.
Lurleen, you sure have a nice apartment. I hope you enjoy it.
Thank you, Ricky.
Yeah. Oh, and also, if you need any more help with that trunk over there, you just give me a call now, okay?
Okay. How you doing?
Hi.
Okay, bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye, Ruby. Thanks for the party.
Bye, Ricky. Thanks for stopping by. Ricky, wait up.
I'm glad you could make it. It turned out really nice, didn't it?
Yeah, were they surprised? Did you see the looks on their faces? Thought they were going to keel over on the doorway. So how you doing?
Oh, I'm fine.
You still concerned about Miles?
Yeah. But there's not much I can do about it.
Well, I wouldn't worry too much about him. I think he can handle himself. He'll be all right.
I hope so.
I'm really glad I got to see you tonight. I've been so busy lately. I only wish I could spend a little more time with you. Well, bye.
Bye.
I guess I waited long enough to do that, huh? Oh. Goodbye.
Why would you and Ryan Connor have drinks together?
We both work for World Oil, remember?
I remember.
What's so unusual about Ryan asking me out for a little friendly drink?
Allison, you're 18 years old.
What's that got to do with it?
Well, 18-year-olds shouldn't be going out with people to have friendly drinks. Especially a married man. What's so funny?
Well, Ryan Connor's so straight-laced, his reasons could only be honorable.
I'm 18 now, Ashley. I can come here or go anywhere.
You're right, Alice.
18 or not, I just don't like it.
That's just too bad, Ashley, because there's not a whole lot you can do about it now, is there?
Glad you hung around.
wasn't in a hurry to go anywhere, and I'm enjoying myself.
You got any ideas on how to increase the popularity of this place?
Oh, I wouldn't change a thing. Not a thing. Your music is wonderful, and the atmosphere is very warm and comfortable. I've been watching the people, and they like it. It's just going to take a little time.
Okay, I'll trust your judgment. Everything stays the same. You know, it must be working, because you seem pretty relaxed here. I'm glad of that. Bring another drink for the lady, will you, Mike?
Club soda.
Make that too, will you? Vicky, I hope I don't offend you by saying this, but you don't strike me as the type of woman that would come into a bar alone.
No?
No, ma'am. For one thing, most women alone in a bar wouldn't order club soda.
When I walked through that door this evening, I hadn't planned on having club soda.
I didn't think so.
But drinking doesn't solve a thing. And I can have a good time without it, especially here.
Ashley, look who that is over there.
Who is that?
It's old Charlie Johnson. One of the biggest oil men in West Texas. One of the last of the real wildcatters.
Heard of him?
Yeah. I think that's his wife he's with. I think we should go over and say hello.
I really don't want to do that.
He may be some help to Marshall Oil someday. And I'm going to go over and pay my respects. How's it going to look if my wife isn't there with me?
You're right. Okay, business before pleasure.
You guys stay right here. We're just going to say hello to these folks and then we'll be leaving.
Do you know why Ashley is so upset tonight? Why?
I'm not supposed to talk about it.
Gregory?
I promised Ashley I wouldn't.
We're supposed to stick together, remember that?
But
Gregory, we made a promise. No secrets, remember?
well, it was just someone that I saw at the country club before we came here.
Someone you saw? Made her
Yeah.
nervous? Well, who was it?
Mr. Hannibal.
Mr. Hannibal? You mean Aunt Hildy's old friend? He's here in Houston?
Yeah. And when I told Ashley, she became really upset. She told me not to tell Marshall about it. And then she told Marshall that she didn't want to eat there. That's why we're here.
Why is Ashley upset that Mr. Hannibal is here? Come on, finish talking.
Wait a minute. You've got to promise me something, Allison.
What?
That you won't tell anyone that I told you about Mr. Hannibal.
Well, what's the deal? I won't. Come on. Let's go.
I'm afraid we're going to have to go.
Oh, Miss Kate, do you have to?
Oh, yes. I think we've warmed the place enough now. Besides, you're looking as if you need some rest.
Oh, yeah, I guess I do. Thank you so much for the party. I really didn't expect any of this.
Well, you better start expecting it. Remember, honey, if you have any problems at all, you just give me a call, okay?
Thanks, Rena.
And remember, if you ever need it, there's a place for you at Marshall Ranch.
Thank you, Miss Kate.
Well, I think we'd better go before we all start crying. Goodbye.
Bye, Brett.
Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Thought they would never. You still here?
I thought maybe you might need some help cleaning up.
Oh, well, thanks, but I think we can manage.
Now, you sure I can't help you unload your trunk?
I wouldn't dream of asking you to do that. Besides, I lost the key, remember? So we're just going to have to wait it out till morning. Lurleen and I are much too tired to really do anything now anyway, aren't we, honey? That's right, Ruby. So there's really nothing. But it was a real kind thought on your part.
Oh, well, don't think twice about it. And I was so glad to come to your party and surprise you and meet all your wonderful friends. Something tells me we're going to be real close.
Aren't we lucky?
Yep, real close. I'll see y'all later.
How you doing?
Just fine. Oh, your music is wonderful. And the food. Oh. I know you're going to be a huge success.
Well, I will be as long as I can get you around once in a while to brighten the place up.
It's been a long time since I've been able to get out and just relax. I really needed this.
Good. Would you like another club soda?
No, thank you. I noticed that you drink club soda, too. Is that because you play the piano?
No, I used to have a real problem handling liquor, so now I don't drink at all.
I know the feeling.
Feels real good. Being able to do without it, doesn't it?
Yes, it does. You know, I just love the way you play the piano. You play all those wonderful old songs.
Well, I guess I'm just a born romantic. I like those songs and they like me.
You do them very well.
Thanks. You know music, don't you?
Yes. Well, as a matter of fact, I used to sing. I mean, way back when. I even thought I'd try to go professional at one time.
What stopped you?
Oh, the usual. I got married, went into business, and then one thing after another, and then well, the idea of singing just got pushed further away.
I bet you were a pretty good singer, too.
Well, that wasn't bad.
How about a demonstration?
Oh, no, I couldn't.
Why not?
Oh, well, maybe some other time.
You're on.
What?
The next time you come in here, I'm going to hold you to it.
Oh, well, I couldn't sing in here.
Of course you could. People get up and sing with me all the time when I'm playing.
Well, I'd have to practice in the shower first.
You do that. I mean it.
Yes, I know you do.
So, we got a deal.
We'll see. You know, I really have got to be going. It's getting late.
Vicki, I'm glad you came in here tonight. And I'm real glad that I met you.
I'm glad to have met you, too.
Now, you promise me you'll come back real soon?
I promise.
I can't believe this. A surprise party given by some of my best friends.
Oh, that Rena Decker.
I would like to wring her neck. How dare she come in and threaten me in my own apartment? Ruby and Brett Wheeler, Miss Moneybags herself, sinking her claws into Ricky. She's enough. I could just... Ruby! Oh, honey, I'm sorry. I know these people are your friends, but sometimes they just really get to me. And we've got to watch out for that neighbor. That nosy neighbor is going to be nothing but trouble. I just know it.
Ruby!
What's wrong?
You know who is still in the trunk.
Oh, my gosh, I almost forgot.
Well, I didn't forget. What are we going to do with him?
Well, what can we do tonight? We're both so tired. I think we should just wait till tomorrow.
Tomorrow?
No, honey, but I promise we'll do it tomorrow. I promise. I'm getting real sick of driving Bo around town.
But he's in our living room.
Would you rather have him in the kitchen?
Ruby.
Well, he's got to go somewhere, Lurleen, and this is the best place I can think of right now.
I guess you're right. As usual.
Good. Now, I think we should both go to bed, get some sleep. And don't worry about Bo, Lurleen. He's not going anywhere.
Stay tuned. Texas will be right back.
What is it?
What?
Ashley, something's been bothering you all evening.
Nothing's bothering me.
I know you, Ashley. Something's been bothering you ever since we left the restaurant. You want to talk to me about it?
There's nothing to talk about. It's just been a rough day.
I think I know a way to make it just a little less rough.
You do?
Yes, I do. Yes, ma'am, I do. There you go again. A million miles away.
I am not.
Hey, what do I have to do to prove it? Okay. You asked for it.
I was wrong. What? The champagne didn't make the meal memorable.
No?
You being here did.
Oh, DJ. Oh, it has been a wonderful evening, hasn't it? What are you doing?
For luck.
Luck? Why?
Well, you do realize, don't you, that this is pretty much the first time we've been together where nothing has happened? No elevators stuck between floors, no running out of gas on deserted country roads. I ain't taking no chances.
You are an eternal pessimist. You know
Me?
that?
No, not true. Not true at all. I'm just playing it safe, that's all. I don't want anything to happen to this evening.
It's really strange to see you here. You're usually up and gone by the crack of dawn.
I'm working late tonight, so I thought I'd take it easy this morning. Hey, that looks great, Vivian.
You shouldn't have to push yourself so hard, you know.
Well, I have to if I want to stay on top of things.
Good morning. Hi.
Good morning, Brad.
Oh, Mark, I'm glad you're still here. I want to talk to you.
We'll sit and talk.
Can I get you a cup, Miss Wheeler? Oh, thanks, Vivian.
So what's the big secret?
No secret. Just want to talk to you.
About what?
Dad?
Mom?
Fine, but I want this cleared up today. Okay, I'll be waiting for your call. Bye.
Mrs. Durker, I would like you to meet Mrs. Martha Ulster.
How do you do, Mrs. Ulster?
Hello, dear. Mrs. Ulster was a good friend of my Aunt Hildy's, and I thought you might like to meet her.
Oh, well, of course I would, but unfortunately I'm right
You see, you two have an awful lot in common. Mrs. Ulster is very interested in oil.
That's right.
She holds several oil leases.
Oh, is that right?
Oh, yes, from my dear daddy. I have had them for just years.
Isn't that interesting? Won't you have a seat, Mrs. Oster? Perhaps you'd like to have some tea. Why don't you fix a nice pot of tea for Mrs. Oster?
Ruby Wright. How am I going to track you down? Yes, operator. I need the number of a Ruby Wright. W-R-I-G-H-T. Okay, 7492. That's the Ruby Wright on 1745 Oak. No? Okay, thank you. Thank you very much.
I don't know how you can sit there so calm. I didn't get a wink of sleep all night.
I did.
I know it. I don't know how you could sleep with Bo in there dead.
Honey, it was just like being married to him.
I'm really tired of having him around.
I know.
We'll take care of it.
Who's that? Oh, Lurleen, would you calm down? I'm sure it's nothing.
Probably that busybody from next door. Well, get rid of her.
I plan to.
Honey,
I'm
really
sorry to bother you
but-
like this, but this coffee cake just came out of the oven, and it's best when it's piping hot.
Well, that's very nice of you.
I hope you like walnuts. I thought maybe I should have checked first.
Oh, I do.
Oh, good.
Look, Lurleen and I have a lot to do today.
Well, of
We got a
course
real
you
busy
do.
day.
When you first move in, you've always got lots to do.
Good, I knew you'd understand.
That's why I'm here. What can I do to help?
You want to talk about Mom, huh?
That's right.
Did you hear from her?
No. But I wouldn't be surprised if we did.
Why? What happened?
Well, I talked to Dad yesterday.
And what did he say?
That the divorce isn't final yet.
Is there some problem?
I'm not exactly sure, but I think that they're having some problems with the settlement.
Who's having the problems, Mom or Dad?
I get the idea Dad's being very generous with Mom. She's getting everything she wants.
And
the whole thing is still dragging out.
Oh, Dad doesn't need that.
Yeah. Given the circumstances, you'd think she'd let it be quick and painless.
If she was getting a good deal, yeah. How'd he seem when you talked to him?
He seemed calm. But you know Dad, he's not going to tell us how he really feels.
Nope.
But he did say that he's going to call Mom's lawyer and see if he can speed things up.
Well, that's good. Do you think that Rena might have had something to do with that?
I think so.
Yeah, dragged out divorce is always a strain, but not at Dad's interest in Rena.
Doesn't seem fair, does it?
No, it doesn't. Is there anything you want me to do?
I don't think there's anything either of us can do, but I just wanted you to know.
Well, now I know.
And maybe we could, be a little more sensitive.
Well, I'm talking to Dad later today. I'll see if I can get anything else out of him.
Good. I'll feel better if he's talking about it.
I'll do my best.
I knew you would. Listen, tell Vivian that I couldn't wait for the coffee.
Are you leaving?
Yep, gotta run.
Well, where are you going?
See a friend of mine?
Yeah, anyone I know?
I don't think so. See ya.
How's your tea, Mrs. Oster?
Oh, it's just fine. Why don't you have a lovely office?
Thank you. I'm glad you like it. Would you mind if I told you just a little bit about World Oil? No, go right ahead. Well, we would like to give you some of our brochures. However, I would like to say that when we handle a lease for someone...
Oh, dear. Do you mean you can only handle one at a time?
Oh, no, we can handle as many as you have.
Oh, good.
Just how many leases do you have, Mrs. Oster?
Now, you know that's written down someplace. I'm sure I could find that.
Oh, no, it's not important.
I really should know that kind of thing for myself.
Well, as I was saying, if we were to handle your leases, we would get personally involved. We'd like to have our clients involved in all...
Does that mean I'd have to make a whole lot of decisions?
Oh, no, we would handle all the details that are involved in oil leases.
This is just delicious tea, Allison.
Oh, thank you. Would you like to have some more?
No, thank you. One is my limit before lunch.
Perhaps you'd like to ask me some questions.
No, dear, you were quite clear.
Thank you.
Now, those leases, they are all for places out in the Panhandle and in Oklahoma.
Oh, really?
Yes, I've heard that's a good place to have them.
Excellent.
Well, thank you very much for the tea and for our nice chat.
Why, thank you. Anytime.
Do you know that none of those other oil companies ever offered me tea, and I just did not like them.
Is that so?
Yes, but I like you, dear.
Thank you.
I tell you, I just found a lot of those men to be, well, very aggressive, and I don't know, I just wasn't brought up that way.
Well, of course not. Don't you let them push you around.
I won't.
If we can do anything at any time to help you, please call us.
Well, actually, I was going to have Arthur call.
Arthur?
Arthur. Jay Ballantyne, he's my lawyer. He handles all my little deals.
Ah, I see.
Yes, Arthur can set all this up for us. You know, Allison told me that you were the very person for me to deal with. But, well, I don't know. I just like to check out these things for myself. Do you?
Pardon?
Oh, dear. I thought you wanted to handle those little leases.
Of course I do, but I...
Well, then, it's a deal. Now, Arthur will know all the details, like, where those leases are. Allison, you were so right to tell me that Mrs. Decker was the very person I should deal with.
Oh, it was my pleasure.
Yeah, now, sugar, don't you take a chill in that dress. Bye-bye.
Bye. I can't believe it. I simply can't believe it.
But I did the right thing, didn't I?
Hi there.
Hello, Vivian. It's Brett in.
No, she just left.
Oh, I see. Ricky, come on in. Hey, Mark. How you doing? Pretty good.
Want a cup of coffee?
Yeah, please.
Hey, you know, I'm one of your biggest fans.
Is that right?
I watched you since you took over the Phil Roberts show. You're doing a real wonderful job.
Well, thank you very much, Vivian. Coming from you, that's quite a compliment.
Yeah. Well, I got some stuff brewing in the kitchen, so if you guys want anything, I'll be right inside. Just yell.
Thanks, Vivian. Sounds like things are going pretty good.
Well, career-wise at least.
Going all right?
Oh, can't be better.
How about otherwise?
Well, otherwise, I'm not so sure. I haven't heard anything from Hocker and Boots yet.
That wasn't what I meant.
Yeah?
I meant with Brett.
Oh, yeah. Well, you know, I think things are finally moving in the right direction.
Good. I'm glad to hear that.
As a matter of fact, that's why I came over. I wanted to talk to her. I had to run off kind of quick last night.
Well, she just left a couple minutes ago.
Oh. Well, you know where she went?
Not exactly. She said she was going to go see a friend.
A friend. Yeah, I think I know who she means.
You don't seem too thrilled about it either.
Oh, no. It's not that. I'm just worried about her.
About Brett? Believe me, she can take care of herself.
Yeah, I know that, but sometimes she gets a little carried away, and that enthusiasm of hers is going to get her into trouble one of these days.
You noticed, with Brett, there's always a possibility she'll get in over her head.
Yeah, and it doesn't seem to do too much good to tell her to be careful.
And it doesn't do too much good to worry about it either.
Yeah, I guess you're right. Well, I'm going to be over at the station, so if she should come back, I sure would appreciate it if you'd tell her I'd really like to see her today.
Sure.
Okay, thanks.
Ricky.
Yeah?
Like I said, don't worry about Brett. With the both of us keeping an eye on her, we'll keep her out of trouble.
I sure hope so. So long, Mark.
Oh, well, here I...
Did you do the right thing?
Oh,
Allison, you did the perfect thing.
I suppose I should have warned you that she was coming, but I didn't have time.
Don't you worry about that. She did throw me off balance a little bit, but, I like her.
She's such a nice lady.
Oster. Allison, come here for a second. And she said she didn't know how many leases she had. This couldn't be better.
May I see this?
Sure. Now, this is the way to start a morning.
I don't understand what this means.
It means that we had a very profitable cup of tea.
Will you teach me to use this book sometime?
Uh-huh. I'd be happy to. Isn't that something?
Yeah. I'm so glad you're pleased.
Pleased? Allison, this is what this business is all about, landing a client just like that.
Well, I knew you two would like each other.
I've got a question for you. You said that Mrs. Oster was a friend of your Aunt Hildy's.
Mm-hmm.
Why didn't she talk to Ashley?
She didn't know Ashley. See, I met Mrs. Oster through my Aunt Hildy. Ashley was never around when she was.
Well, I'm glad you're the one who knew her.
Yeah, me too.
Why didn't you suggest that she go to Marshall Oil?
Well, I don't work for Marshall Oil.
But they're your relatives.
You're my boss. It's a different thing.
I see.
I want to do a good job for you, Rena. A real good job. And in order to do that, I need to feel I have your trust.
You've got it, Allison. You've earned it.
Thank you, Rena. I want to learn all about the business. And I hope that someday I'm as good as you are.
And a little bit better, I bet. I think we're going to have to find more things for you to do.
Great.
Now, that'll mean that you'll have to assume more responsibilities.
Well, that's just what I want.
Okay, you've got it. I'm glad my instincts were right about you.
Thank you, Rena.
Allison?
Mm-hmm.
I think I'll take you into Mr. Wheeler's office a little later. We'll tell him what happened, okay?
I'll be here.
That sure was a lovely surprise party your friends gave you last night.
It was quite a surprise.
Well, I had a wonderful time.
I'd like to thank you for helping put it together.
Oh, I didn't do that. Oh, your friends did everything.
Didn't they, though?
Now, Lilene, would you like another piece?
Oh, I'm sure it's very delicious, but we really have to get going.
I thought you were staying in to get settled.
No, we're going to the coop to settle things there.
Well, then I'll just be running along. You keep the rest of the coffee cake.
Thank you.
It was nothing. Now, if there's anything I can do to help, just give a call. I think it's just going to be wonderful being neighbors with you.
It's going to be a ball.
The coffee cake is really good.
We'll have to get the recipe. Now, can we get to work?
You mean Bo?
I think it's about time we got him out of this living room.
I don't know if I can lift that trunk one more time, Ruby.
All right. We won't take the trunk.
What?
Well, he's wrapped in burlap. We can just drag him out of the trunk and take him down on the freight elevator.
What if somebody sees us?
Well, we'll just have to make sure nobody sees us, that's all.
I'm getting really tired of this.
Well, do you think this is my idea of a good time, Lurleen? I'm sorry, honey. I promise you this time we'll get rid of him for good, okay?
I hope so.
You got any ideas where to take him?
I think we should head out toward Marshall Village. There's some more places out there.
All right.
And this time, Ruby, let's do it right.
Lurleen, the situation is well in hand. Now let's get dressed and get the show on the road, okay?
I never know what to wear when we're doing this.
Well, I certainly hope this time it's goodbye for good.
I made it clear to you never to come here again.
Rena? Hi, Mama. Hi, honey. Well, you certainly look cheerful this morning.
I always look cheerful when I've just closed a good deal.
Another one. Congratulations, you're turning into quite a businesswoman.
I tried.
I got your message, so I thought I'd better drop by.
You slept in.
Are you keeping track of me?
No, I'm just accustomed to seeing you up and about at an early hour.
Oh, well, I was out a little late last night.
Are you all right?
Oh, yes, I'm fine.
Okay, I just missed seeing you at Lurlene's housewarming party.
Oh.
Where were you?
I wasn't in the mood for a party.
I thought maybe that was because Ruby was there.
Oh, well, that's true. She's not my favorite person, but mainly I just didn't want to be in a crowd of people.
I felt like that myself at times.
I'm sorry I missed Lurleen. I do like her very much. Even though she spends all of her time with Ruby? Exactly. However, I did pick up a little something for her apartment, and I'm on my way over there now.
Oh, how nice. What did you get?
Some guest towels. I got them at that little bath shop in the Galleria.
The Galleria?
Mm-hmm.
You've been a very busy lady. Shopping, staying out till all hours.
I was not out until all hours.
But you weren't at the station, were you?
No, I wasn't. There's more to life than work, Rena.
May I quote you the next time you hole up in that office of yours for all hours of the night and day?
Well, maybe I've learned my lesson.
Really?
Oh, I'll get my work done. I always have, but I think I might start enjoying myself a little more.
I'm glad to hear that, Mama.
Even if I stay out until all hours?
Just don't make a habit of it.
I will if I enjoy it. Well, honey, if that's all you want to see me about, I'd better be on my way.
Okay. Thanks for stopping by.
Oh, no trouble. And congratulations again.
Mama?
Yeah?
Inez did tell me where you were last night.
That's right. I didn't. Miles, what's wrong?
You know what's wrong? I don't want you here.
Yeah, I know what you said.
Yeah, but you didn't pay attention. Brett, this isn't a game.
I know that.
Do you? I asked you not to come here, but here you are. You know, there's a possibility, a strong possibility, that you've placed both of our lives in more danger.
Oh, Miles, I'm so sorry. I was just so worried about you.
Please, Brett, will you just let me do what I've got to do alone?
Help
Look,
you.
we've already been through all that. I appreciate you loaning me the money.
Oh,
and you'll
that
get it
was
all
nothing.
back.
I don't care about the money,
I
Miles.
also appreciate everything else you've done for me. But this is it. Finish. Is that clear?
Perfectly.
I don't want to make you angry. But you've got to understand that from now on it's imperative that I operate completely alone.
I understand.
Now I'm asking you to go. I want you to leave here and never come back.
All right. I'm sorry.
Brett. When this is over, I want to see you again. We will meet again.
Ruby, are you sure we should be doing this?
What do you want to do, Lurleen? Leave him in the living room?
Well, I'm worried about taking him outside during the day.
Lurleen, that is the whole point. Nobody's going to be suspicious of two girls carrying a package in broad daylight.
I wouldn't exactly call this a package.
And besides, nobody's ever on that freight elevator during the day.
How do you know? We just moved in.
Lurleen, this negative attitude is not going to help things at all. Now, come on. Are you ready?
Would it make a difference?
Get your in.
Oh, got it.
All right. Wait. 1, 2, 3.
Okay.
Now, I want you to hold him for a minute just till I go see if the coast is clear, okay?
Ruby, I can't hold him here by myself.
Lurleen, sometimes you act like you've never done this before. We'll put him in the chair. Got him?
Got him.
Okay.
Good morning, Ruby.
Gotta get him back in the trunk. What happened? Got a visitor. It's Mrs. Bellman.
Mrs. Bellman, what does she want?
I didn't stop to ask.
Oh, Ruby, what is she gonna think? You slamming the door in her face?
Oh, we just gonna let her see both.
Lurleen, what are you gonna tell her?
I'm gonna tell her, hi, Mrs. Bellman, how are you? Now push. Ruby, is there anything wrong? Be right there, Mrs. Bellman. Oh, okay.
Lily, what on earth is going on?
Nothing. Why do you ask?
Because you shut the door in my face.
Oh, that. Well, it's a reflex action. And besides, we weren't dressed.
I see. Hello, Lurleen.
Hi, Miss Bellman. How are you?
I'm sorry if I've come at a bad time for you.
Oh, not at all. We were just unpacking a few things.
Oh, don't let me interrupt.
Oh, no, we were just about done. In fact, we just got the last of it put away.
Mrs. Bellman, can I help you with something?
No, thank you.
Mrs. Bellman, where are my manners? Would you like some coffee? We have some cake that the neighbors brought us.
I think Mrs. Bellman is probably in a hurry.
Yes, as a matter of fact, I am. Lurleen, I just dropped by to apologize for not making your housewarming party last night.
Well, I'm sorry you couldn't make it. It was a lovely party.
Yes, that's what I heard. However, I did want to drop this off to wish you luck in your new home.
Thank you. Isn't that sweet, Ruby? We really appreciate your coming all the way over here.
Real sweet.
Oh, you shouldn't have brought... Oh, look at these towels, Ruby.
Oh, thank you, Mrs. Bellman.
My pleasure. You have a lovely apartment here.
Oh, thank you.
Just lovely. Did the furnishings come with it?
It did. We were so lucky to find it.
Well, I know you're going to enjoy it even more once you get all settled in.
Yeah, I think once we get rid of this big old trunk, we'll feel better about the whole place.
Well, I've really got to be running, and once again, Lurleen, I'm sorry I didn't make your party last night.
Well, it was quite a surprise.
Well, and Ruby, I'm sorry I came at such a bad time.
Oh, Miss Bellman, you just come back anytime you want.
That's right, Mrs. Bellman, and thanks for the towels.
All right. Bye-bye.
Bye. Ruby, I don't know how much more of this I can take.
Lurleen, it's almost over. Now, come here. Come on. Now, we're going to take a deep breath, and then we're going to try again. Hopefully for the last time, okay?
Rena.
Hi, Mark. Can I do something for you?
Yeah, I was looking for my father. Have you seen him?
He said he was going to see his lawyer about some business that he has in Boston. Is it important?
I can talk to him later.
Hey, Mark, do you have a second?
Sure.
I have some news for you.
Good or bad?
I'll let you decide.
I definitely call this good news.
Thought you'd say that.
Rena, when did you do this? I didn't even know you were working on this.
Well, it happened this morning, and I wasn't working on it. Allison did this. She led Mrs. Oster right into this office.
Allison.
Mm-hmm. And the deal was closed 5 minutes later. I wish half of our deals were this easy.
It's great work, Rena.
Thank you. Can't wait to see Grant to tell him about it.
Yeah, I have to talk to my dad, too. You mind if I stick around?
Of course not. Make yourself at home.
Who knows? Maybe you'll have some good news, too.
I can't believe I forgot those reports.
like her.
It tastes cheesier. It's my cheese.
Any man that is stuck with you is a sucker.
Well, what do you think a judge would say when I tell him that the baby's daddy was a male hooker?
But if threats don't work, Cecile has another plan to win her husband back.
You remember the smell of my perfume, don't you? Or what it was like to be in bed with me, don't you?
This week on Another World.
No, you can't do that.
Why not?
The knight moves 2 spaces one way, 1 space the other way.
He has to move like that?
Yeah, he has to.
Then you could jump me.
You don't jump in chess. That's checkers.
Checkers makes a lot more sense.
You'll get used to this, Vivian. It's a lot more challenging.
I like a good challenge.
Good, good. So, what are you going to move?
Just give me a second. For a minister,
Bishop, that's a bishop, not a minister.
the bishop can move sideways, right?
No, it goes on the diagonal on its own color. What'd you do that for?
Was that a dumb move?
No, Vivian, that was not a dumb move.
Hi, Miss Wheeler.
Hi, Vivian.
John's teaching me how to play chess. You want to help me?
Or me?
Not right now. Is it anything wrong?
No, not really.
Ricky Decker stopped by here today.
He did?
When? Just a little while ago. I told him you were out, so he came in and talked to Mr. Mark.
What did he want?
I think he really wanted to talk to you. He told Mr. Mark to tell you that he was going to be at the studio today.
Okay.
He said you could stop by any time.
Okay, thanks, Vivian.
Miss Wheeler, would you like me to drive you?
She's already gone.
Maybe I can catch her.
She doesn't want you to drive her anywhere. You just want to get out of here.
And why is that?
Because you know I'm going to take your queen.
Yeah, that could be one reason.
Mark, that's a very presidential posture.
Hey, Dad. How you doing?
I'm doing fine. Rena was looking for me. Is she around?
Well, she'll be right back. She's down in the map room verifying some locations in New Orleans.
New ones?
Well, I'll let Rena talk to you about it.
All right. Tell her that I stopped by, will you?
Dad.
What?
I was wondering if you had any news for me.
I'm not sure that I know what you mean.
Well, Rena mentioned that you were meeting with your lawyers.
Yes, that's right.
I was wondering if they had anything to do with the divorce.
Have you been talking with your sister?
Yep.
What did she tell you?
That the divorce isn't final yet?
That's right.
And that there's a possibility it might drag on for a while, is that right?
Well, that's always a possibility, Mark.
Dad, I hope you're not letting this get to you.
What, does it seem that way?
No, but we are concerned about you.
Mark, I just don't want you and Brett to get involved in this.
We are involved.
I know, but I don't want you to have the feeling that you have to choose sides.
Brett and I know that.
Good.
But we also understand how important it is to you. Especially now.
Why especially now?
Well, you haven't exactly hidden your feelings about Rena.
Oh? I haven't?
And the divorce could pose a problem, right?
Mark, Rena is very important in my life right now, and I would like that relationship to be able to grow, to develop.
Yes?
But I'm not sure that that can happen just now.
I see.
But it's something that I don't want you and Brett to worry about.
Well, maybe not, but I want you to know that if there's ever anything I can do for you, you let me know.
Well, thank you, son. Thank you for your understanding.
We aim to please.
There's the man I've been looking for. Don't move.
Didn't expect to see you home?
I forgot the budget reports.
That doesn't sound like you. How are you, honey?
Fine. Stryker, what are you doing here?
I had some things I had to pick up.
Why didn't you call?
I didn't want to upset you.
Upset me?
Well, I knew that when I got here I wasn't going to have any time. You'd be down at the station. There's no chance to see you.
You weren't even going to call?
I just didn't want to rile everything up.
I don't understand.
Well, I had no idea when the plane was going to get here, and I know as soon as it got here I was going to have to take off again.
I see.
As a matter of fact, the plane's waiting for me right now. I got to run.
Stryker, is everything all right?
Yeah, everything's fine. I'm just so darn busy, but everything's fine. I'm sorry to give you a start like this. Now, you give my love to Rena.
I will.
Thank you. I knew you'd understand. Take care, here.
You too, Stryker.
Rena, it looks as if you've done it again.
Pretty nice, huh?
Very nice.
Now, I have to be honest with you. I did not pull this off by myself.
No?
Just a minute. Allison, would you mind coming in here for a second? Right away, Rena.
Hello, Allison.
Hi. May I introduce you to the young lady who guided Mrs. Oster to World Oil?
Allison, are you responsible for this?
Yeah, well, it was nothing.
Well, it's most decidedly not nothing. You did an outstanding job.
Thank you, Mr.
And I think your efforts should be rewarded somehow, don't you, Rena?
Absolutely.
Allison, you can look forward to a bonus in your next check.
Well, thank you.
Thank you.
Allison is going to be a very busy lady from now on.
Rena says she's going to be giving me some new responsibilities. That's what I really want.
Looks like I better, look out for my job.
Well, maybe we all better look out for our jobs.
I'm very proud of you.
Oh, thank you. Well, I got to get back to work. Thank you.
Thank you again, Alice.
Mr. Wheeler, in the presence of Mark, I would like to ask you if you think that I made the right decision in hiring Alice.
Well, Rena, if Allison never does another thing for World Oil, you have made a brilliant decision.
Did you hear that?
Yes, I heard that. And I agree.
I also think she's going to do a lot more than bring in those leases.
Really?
Mm-hmm. She's a very bright girl, and she's not afraid to work.
So a question about that.
I also think that she's demonstrated her loyalty to World Oil.
That she has, and that is what I was afraid of.
Can you imagine the fit that Justin Marshall is going to have when he finds out that he lost these leases?
Rena,
Yes.
is it possible that Justin will take this out on Allison?
Oh, dear. I didn't think about that.
She may be in a very difficult position.
Yes, I'll make sure that Allison will be fine.
How do you propose to do that?
She's 18 years old now. She doesn't have to take any guff from Justin. I'll simply
Rena.
tell her.
Rena, don't you think it might be the better part of valor to stay out of their personal life?
Yeah, you're right. But if I find out that he's been rough on her, he'll have to answer to me for that.
I'm sure he will. You're quite a woman.
And I say, amen to that.
You were better to me than I was to myself. For me, there's you, and there ain't nobody else. I want to stop, and thank you, baby. I want to stop, thank you, baby. Oh, yeah, how sweet it is. Hey, I'm glad you could come by.
Ricky.
I'm glad to see you, too, honey. Is something wrong?
No, nothing. Would you just hold me for a minute?
Sure. Is it Miles?
Yeah.
What happened?
Well, I went to see him today.
What did he have to say?
He said that he'd doesn't want to see me anymore. He wants me out of the whole thing.
You did, huh?
Yeah, he was very clear about it.
Well, good.
Ricky.
No, Brett, I think he's right. You should not be involved.
Yeah, what about him?
He's going to come out of this all right, and you know that.
No, I don't know that.
Brett, he can take care of himself. And he obviously cares enough about you to try and protect you.
Yeah, I guess you're right. Just want to help.
I understand.
And now all I can do is wait.
That's rough.
Yeah, it sure is.
Oh, listen, I'm sorry. My break's over. I got to get back to work.
Okay.
Listen, will you stick around for a little while? I'd like to take you down to the cafeteria later. Maybe some of that bad food will cheer you up. Huh?
Okay. I'd like that.
I'm sorry that this thing is bothering you the way it is. I wish there was something I could do to help you.
Oh, Ricky, you're doing it. Thanks for being here.
Anytime. Anytime at all.
All right, you ready? I've been ready all morning. You know, I think we're getting better at this. Oh, not again, Ruby. This is not funny. Erlene, come on. You go wait in the bedroom, and I'll get rid of whoever it is. All right, just hurry. I will. It's probably just that nosy neighbor from next door bringing us lunch. Yes?
Ruby Wright?
Yeah?
Where do I know you from? Well, I'm looking for a friend of mine, Bo Baker.
You got the wrong place.
Wait a minute. You are Ruby Wright, aren't you? I'm sure I know you.
I don't know anything about Bo Baker. I don't know where he is.
Well, I just want to ask you a couple of questions.
Well, I'm real busy right now, and I really don't... You're that friend of Brett Wheeler's. I saw you at the coop.
That's right. Now, please, I need to talk to you.
Mister, if you don't get out of my doorway, I'm going to call the police.
Now get in there and don't make a sound. Now look, I have no intention of hurting you, but I want to know where Bo Baker is. Right now.
Stay tuned. Texas will be right back.
I told you, I don't know anything about Bo Baker.
When was the last time you saw him?
I can't remember.
Well, try.
Look, you're a friend of Brett's. You don't need the gun.
When was the last time?
Why do you want to know?
Why don't you stop asking the questions and start answering? Where do I find Bo Baker?
I haven't seen Bo for a real long time.
Well, I think you've seen him just recently.
Honest, I haven't.
All right. I got plenty of time. I'm gonna get...
Justin, I've told you this before, but it's just got to stop. I've got so many hours in my day, and you act like Ace High's entitled to all of them.
I swear, Billy Joe, I never saw anybody make such a big fuss out about getting rich.
I'm not talking about getting rich, Justin. I'm talking about time here.
Your time is money.
I know. My time is your money.
No, that's not true, Billy Joe. You got as big a stake in Marshall Oil as I do. You know, Ruby negotiated a nice little escalator clause in your contract. Now, the more profit we make at Ace High, the bigger percentage of that profit you're going to wind up taking right to the bank.
The largest bank account in the world isn't going to help if I don't have time to live, Justin.
Try living without a bank account, Billy Joe. It's just not much fun.
I know all about that. Neither of me have spent most of our lives scraping by. But, Justin, enough is enough.
There's no such thing as enough. Well, that's why I'm starting up this whole new line of additives.
I don't care about your new additives.
Sure you do, Billy Joe. If we play our cards right, it's going to attract a lot of attention, generate a lot of publicity.
I know. And the more publicity it generates, that means all the more time I'm going to spend away from my wife and my son.
Billy Joe, you're being very short-sighted about all this.
No, I am not. You're asking too much for my life, Justin. And it's going to stop.
More coffee? Yeah. Now then, tell me, Ashley. Have you had any luck trying to keep my brother's enthusiasm in check?
What do you mean?
Well, I heard that he was talking about going back into racing.
Oh, yes, that.
And I heard that you weren't exactly thrilled about the idea. I gather that he's overextended his finances again.
Paige, have you been talking to TJ?
Yeah, he knew you were upset. He was concerned about you, hon.
Great. That's just great.
Ashley, something wrong?
Yeah. The last thing I need is TJ Canfield interfering in my personal affairs.
Hello?
Mr. Hannibal, it's Adams.
Yes?
I have bad news.
What?
It's Miles Rehnquist. We've lost him.
Well, find him. And find him fast. If you value your life, find him fast.
Why don't you stop asking the questions and start answering? Where do I find Bo Baker?
I haven't seen Bo for a real long time.
Well, I think you've seen him just recently.
Honest, I haven't.
All right. I got plenty of time. I'm gonna get you.
Why did you do that? He was holding a gun on you. He wasn't going to use it. He wasn't? Of course not. He's from the police.
Oh, Lurleen, he's not from the police. He's a friend of Brett Wheeler's.
How do you know that?
Because I saw them together at the coop.
Oh, Ruby, what have I done?
Well, offhand, I'd say you put him to sleep. And you broke one of our landlord's faces.
I've killed him. Ruby, I've killed him!
Come on, simmer down.
No, I can't. Not why you keep on pushing me the way you are.
Billy Joe, you know, I got a lot of faith in you. You're a good man. That's why I picked you to be my ace-high spokesman. That's why I wouldn't ask anything from you that I didn't think you could deliver.
Well, that's exactly what you're doing, Justin. Have you got any idea how much time I've been spending taping all those commercials for you?
Billy Joe, hear me out. Just sit down. Hear me out.
This isn't going to work, Justin.
Well, now, maybe not. I've got a very big dream, Billy Joe. I want to spell it out for you.
All right.
But this additive, it's not just an isolated idea. It's all part of a master plan that I'm trying to work out. If I can get the pieces all to fit together, you and I are going to be on easy street.
What kind of master plan are you talking about?
Racing, Billy Joe. You and I, Marshall Oil, are going into the racing business. Not local stock car stuff, no. I'm talking Grand Prix. I'm talking about international circuit.
Yeah, but I don't know anything about Grand Prix racing.
No. No, but I do. I've been there. I was almost at the top of the heap. Only a couple of things kept me back. Money, freedom. I was always dependent on other people, always racing other people's cars. But this time, I'm laying out my own ground rules. I'm setting my own specifications. This time, the Marshall Miracle is going right to the head of the international class.
The Marshall Miracle?
That's the name of the car that I'm going to build. It's the car that's going to take you and me right to the top, Billy Joe.
Well, just I gotta admit, this is kind of exciting right now. How am I going to fit into this?
Right in front of the camera. After the Miracle gets off the drawing board and onto the road, there's going to be a lot of victories, a lot of publicity. And that's when we're going to start our new ad campaign. We're going to tie our new additives in with the standard ace-high line. And you are going to convince every kicker, every plowboy to come into our service stations and put his money in our pockets.
Oh, wait a minute here. What you're really saying is you want even more work from me than you're getting right now.
Temporarily, Billy Joe.
Justin, do you know I was at that TV studio till 5 in the morning Christmas Eve doing those commercials for you?
Sorry about that.
Yeah, you're sorry, but you're not going to do a thing about easing up on the pressure, are you? You're wearing me out, Justin. You're wearing me out. You got me doing so many commercials. You got me making so many personal appearances that I've got no time left. No time at all for my family life.
From what I hear, you're building a nice mansion for that family of yours. You want the best for your family, don't you, Billy Joe?
Sure I do.
Well, the best costs money. If you'll just hang in there for a little while longer, Billy Joe, you and that sweet little family of yours are going to have all the money they're ever going to need.
How much longer?
Well, that's kind of hard. I can't come up with an answer right now, but I'd say, well, maybe in a couple of years, I can promise you, you'll be sitting in that fancy home of yours, surrounded by your family. You'll be thinking about this and laughing about it.
You think so?
I know so.
Well, maybe a little bit more.
Once we get Ace High off the ground, it's going to sell itself. If you'll just stick with me now, Billy Joe. A couple of years, you just, once in a while, show up, shake a few hands, go on home with all your money.
I hope you're right.
I am, Billy Joe, I am right. You just go on out there and go to work. Go to work.
Ashley, you're jumping to conclusions. TJ wasn't interfering. He was merely worried about you.
I don't care how worried he was. Paige, I told him something in confidence, and now I find out that he's told my financial affairs to half the town.
Oh, no, he hasn't. He has only told me, and the only reason he did that was because he knew I would share his concern.
There's nothing for either of you to be concerned about.
I'm not so sure. Justin goes ahead with his plans for expansion, then Marshall Oil is going to be very dependent on your inheritance.
Well, then there's really nothing to worry about. Because my inheritance is invested in a very strong portfolio.
That's not what TJ says.
Yeah, I know. He thinks that I should diversify. He thinks that I have all my investments in companies that only deal with minerals.
Well, maybe he's right, Ashley. Have you ever thought about that?
Well, it's really none of his business.
Oh, look. Ashley, TJ took a big chance when he came to Marshall Oil. Now, he has a lot at stake here.
Yeah, I'm aware of that.
Well, why won't you even listen to him if he's only wanting to help you?
Paige, I have no intention of altering that portfolio.
But if TJ is willing to sit down with you and go over A, B, C, D, all of the investments that you could have...
I can't touch those investments.
Why not?
Because I can't. And that's all.
All right.
Paige. The last thing I want is to fuss with you. Now, I'm sorry. I guess I'm just, I'm upset about Justin and all this race and business and everything.
You don't want him to drive?
No, it's too dangerous and there's not even a need for it. Look, if you and TJ really want to help, try to get Justin from doing all that craziness again.
Okay, I will. But I don't know what good it's going to do. You know, Jess, once he makes up his mind, it's practically impossible to change it.
I got good news for you, Lurleen. You didn't kill him.
Are you sure?
Yeah, I can feel his pulse.
Well, thank heavens for that. What are we going to do with him now?
I don't know, but we got to come up with something quick. He's not going to be too happy about this when he comes around.
If he is a friend of Brett's, what do you suppose he was doing with this?
I don't know. He seemed pretty desperate. Kept asking me questions about Bo.
Well, why do you suppose he wanted to do that?
I don't know. I don't see any connection between Bo and Brett Wheeler.
You think we ought to call Brett and let her know what happened?
No, I don't think that's a good idea. We don't know who this guy is or what he really wanted.
Well, you said he was a friend of Brett's.
Yeah, I know, but he could have been just using Brett to get to me.
Or to get to Bo. You said he kept asking about Bo.
I can't figure it out. I think we better just get rid of him.
Oh, Ruby, you can't do that!
Oh, Lurleen, would you calm down? I don't mean permanently. I just think we ought to dump him someplace.
Oh, Ruby, you don't mean we're going to dump two men, one living and one dead?
Got any better ideas?
I'm not up to this, Ruby. Before I met you, I never told a lie in my life. And look at me now, I'm lying all over the place and dumping bodies.
I know what we're going to do.
What? We're going to dump him like they do in the movies. The movies?
Yeah, we're going to fill him full of whiskey and we're going to leave him in a dark alley.
Oh, and what if he comes to?
We won't give him a chance. We'll call the police and we'll report him as drunk.
But Ruby, if the police come here, they're going to want to search the place.
Yeah, but it won't matter because by then we will have gotten rid of Bo's body. There won't be anything for them to find. Wait a minute.
Ruby!
Oh, it's okay, Lurleen.
Who is that?
It's me, Gretchen. Oh, that made my day. All right. Come on, let's try to get him in the kitchen. Help me set him up. Oh, okay, hold on. 1 minute. Okay, go.
Ruby, Lurleen, what's going on in there?
I just hope he stays passed out till we get rid of Miss Nosy. Or he's gagged, at least that will help.
I don't like this, Ruby. You think I'm crazy about this, Lurleen?
Howdy, neighbor. How you doing? Sorry we're a little late answering the door, but we had a spot of trouble in here. Paige, what did you think of the way this... Paige?
I'm sorry, you were 1,000,000 miles away.
Oh, 10 or 20, not 1,000,000.
Well, wherever it was, you sure look happy.
I've never been happier, Nita.
Come on, out with it. Did you make a deal for a new collection or what?
Nope. This happiness has nothing to do with page 1.
Then it must have something to do with TJ.
What makes you say that?
Oh, come on, Paige, I have eyes.
You've been spending quite a bit of time with Mr. TJ Canfield lately.
Hard to keep a secret from you, Nita. Yeah, I guess I have. I've been enjoying every minute of it, too.
He seems like such a nice man.
Oh, Nita, he is. He's funny, he's thoughtful, he's sensitive, he's a little unpredictable. But most of all, he's comfortable.
Comfortable?
Yeah. You know, I haven't had much luck with men. I've had some kind of bad experiences. And after Dennis, I just never knew if I could give myself to a man again. But with TJ, it is so easy. There's no pressure, no panic, no trying to be something or trying to prove anything. He's just very, very special. And very comfortable.
Oh, I'm glad. I know what you mean. Oh, when I first got divorced from Billy Joe, I was so unhappy. So afraid of living alone.
Yeah, but then Billy Joe came along again, didn't he?
Yeah. He's a changed man. And I love him now more than I ever have.
You know, it's funny. It's, kind of like the two of us have come out of the clouds into the sun.
Ooh, you sound like you're in love.
We both do. While I'm out in that sun, Nita,
I'm going to enjoy it.
Well, what sort of trouble are you having? I heard an awful lot of scuffling going on out there.
I broke something.
Well, I'd say that you did.
Well, actually, I was the one that broke the vase. Oh, no, she's not. It was my fault. I was the one. I don't want to argue about it. But I was the one. Right. You were the one who bumped into me. But I was the one who dropped the vase, right? So it's my fault.
Well, how'd you happen to drop a vase way over here?
Simple. I moved it from over there, and Lurleen bumped into me. It's really no big deal. It's not worth talking about.
Well, now, look, I'm sure that you ladies haven't had a chance to unpack all your cleaning stuff, so why don't I just hop next door and I'll bring back my dustpan and my brooms and my vacuum sweeper.
Well, that'd be nice. But it's not necessary because I bought all that stuff this morning at the hardware store.
Well, good. I'll just go in there and...
You know, I don't know when I've seen a more neighborly neighbor. But I really don't want you to put yourself out.
Well, I wouldn't be putting myself out.
You know, I know exactly how you feel. I had a grandmother, God rest her soul, who just could not do enough for family and friends. But see, the way I look at it is this. Lurleen and me made the mess, so we're going to clean it up.
Look, I'd be happy...
It's not necessary. Thanks a lot for dropping by.
Okay.
What are we gonna do?
Well, this is from the competition. How's everything over there at World Oil?
Couldn't be better.
I'm sorry to hear about that. What's it like working for Rena?
Wonderful.
Ashley wouldn't be very happy to hear about that. According to her, Rena is a monster that devours secretarial assistants for breakfast.
Well, maybe, but with me, she is super. She's thoughtful, helpful, and patient. I just couldn't ask for a nicer boss.
Sounds like you know how to handle her.
I think I do.
What's your secret?
Loyalty, respect, mutual trust.
You think Rena trusts you?
Yeah, I know she does. I think she may have had her doubts at first because of you and Ashley, but I think after today I may have set all those doubts to rest.
Oh, how'd you do that?
I introduced her to Mrs. Martha Oster.
Who's that?
Mrs. Oster is a good friend of my Aunt Hildy's.
Well, if she ran with Aunt Hildy, she must be a pretty wealthy lady.
She is. She is filthy rich. She's a widow with lots of property, a huge ranch, and lots of oil leases.
Oil leases?
Uh-huh. Mrs. Oster and I discussed them.
You came right over here to tell me about it.
Mm-hmm.
Oil leases?
Mm-hmm.
I think this is terrific.
I knew you'd be pleased,
Ruby, he looks like such a nice man. It doesn't seem right to just dump him. Oh, Lurleen, we can't take a chance. You saw how close Gretchen was here. Oh, I thought my heart was going to stop when she started toward the kitchen.
Oh, I know. And knowing her, she's going to be back in 5 minutes with a vacuum cleaner, so we really got to get moving. We got to get him out of here.
How are you going to move him, Ruby? We could just drag him into the hall and drag him into the elevator.
Yes, we can. But we're going to use this.
The laundry hamper?
Lucky thing I brought it upstairs for all those drapes and bedspreads we had to wash. It sure is coming in handy for this little maneuver.
Oh, let's see.
Keep it over on its side here.
All right. Well, at least he'll fit.
Yeah, he'll fit. Then I think we should try to cover him up with blankets and... Oh, good.
Okay.
Oh. Okay, that's good. All right. Nobody's going to know what we got in here. If we cover up with blankets, we can push them all the way to Dallas. Nobody gets the truth.
Let's just get it over with.
All right, just a minute. I want to get the booze. I don't know, Lurleen. What's he look like to you? Scotch drinker or a bourbon man?
Ruby!
Bourbon.
Oh, Ruby! I just hate this!
Yeah, I'm angry. I am very angry.
Why? What did I do that was so terrible?
You betrayed my trust.
Ashley, that's simply not true.
Oh, well, what do you call it?
I finally take you into my confidence. I thought I could rely on you. Lord knows I need somebody I can talk to. Somebody in this business that understands the problems that I face.
I was trying to help. I listened, and I offered you advice.
Uh-huh. And then you had to go run into Paige and tell her everything I said.
Not everything.
Really? What'd you leave out? You told her about my Aunt Hildy's portfolio. You told her about details of my personal finances. You told her that Justin was overextending the company and that he was going to get into this racing thing and the fuel additive.
All right. I admit it. I told her all of that.
Why, TJ? Why did you have to do that?
Because I care about you. And so does Paige.
Wonderful. Unfortunately, there's nothing that either of you can do to help.
Don't underestimate Paige. She's a very intelligent woman. She's also family.
TJ, this is not family business.
She might have some ideas that are worth listening to. She also might be able to reason with Justin in a way that neither you or I can.
All right. I accept that. And I know that you meant well, and I know that you're only trying to help. But please, stop telling everyone you meet about my personal problems.
Ruby, this is wrong. No matter what you say, it's plain wrong. Quiet. Man, I'm too nervous. I'm just glad Miss Kaden wouldn't see this.
So am I.
Oh, Ruby, we can't do this. For all we know, we have an innocent man in this basket. He might have kids and a wife somewhere, and we're going to get him in trouble with the police.
Darlene, innocent men do not go around carrying guns and busting into people's apartments.
Maybe he had a reason.
Yeah, he did have a reason. They had something to do with Bo.
I still think we should have called Brett.
Darlene, would you just cool it? It's only going to be a few minutes now.
I hope so. Ruby, what if somebody comes and...
Oh, howdy, ladies. Well, you must be new in the building.
Yeah, we're new.
Well, that's quite a load of laundry you got there.
We've been saving up.
Yeah, we hate to make too many trips.
Well, let me give you a hand.
Oh, that's fine. Please don't trouble yourself.
Okay. Hope I get a chance to see you two around the pool.
See you there.
That was close. Darlene, just keep cool, okay? It's almost over. All we gotta do now is just unload him in the alley and pour the booze over him and then call the cops.
Are you sure this is gonna work?
It always does in the movies.
Now, I want you to tell me all about Mrs. Oster and her oil leases.
Well, I met her in this little coffee shop in the Galleria. She recognized me right away, and we started talking about Aunt Hildy. And Mrs. Oster said that she thought Aunt Hildy was the smartest businesswoman she'd ever met.
Well, Aunt Hildy certainly knew how to make her money work for her.
And that's what I said, and that's when she brought up the subject of leases. Now, she inherited all these leases from her husband, and she doesn't know the first thing about oil. And she doesn't trust any of the people that she's talked to about it.
Oh, this is great.
So naturally, I told her that I worked for an oil company and knew lots of trustworthy people who knew all about oil leases.
I love it.
So I made an appointment with her, and I took her right over to see Rena.
Rena?
Uh-huh. And would you believe it? They made a deal right on the spot then and there. Rena says the leases are worth a small fortune.
You took her to see Rena?
Oh, sure. Sure, it was the best way for me to repay all the kindness she's shown for me, you know, and to prove my loyalty to her. Boy, I don't think she's ever going to doubt me again.
Oh. You're kidding.
No, it's the gospel truth. And I wanted you to be the first to know about it. I knew you'd be proud of me for pulling it off.
Proud. Hardly the word.
Well, I gotta get back to the office. There's no telling what kind of assignment Rena's gonna have in store for me now. Oh, will you be sure to tell Ashley about this? I don't think she thinks I have what it takes to wheel and deal. This ought to prove that she is wrong.
help it, Ruby. This is really wrong. Hang in there, Lillian. It's all going to be over in a few minutes. They're going to catch us. No, they're not. Come on, give me a hand here. Oh! Oh, Ruby. This man is going to be in terrible trouble. It's all going to be our fault. Come on, Lily, get down here and help me. Help me with the head. No. All right, I'll do it myself. Oh, Ruby. Oh, I can't watch. Don't do that. Oh, we have to, Lily. We've got to make sure he's not cold by the time the cops get here. I guess that's enough. There. Okay. All right. It's over with. Ruby, I really hate this. I know, honey. It's pretty tough. But it's gotta be done. You okay? All right, come on. Where are we going? We're gonna go upstairs and call the cops. Come on, Lurleen. Don't worry, I'm not gonna use our real names. Come on. Come on. And we got one other job to do. Hi.
Hey there, beautiful.
Are you?
How are you?
Okay, how are you?
You know that last night was a landmark occasion for us?
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm. For the first time, we got together and nothing got broken, nothing got stuck, and nothing ran out of gas.
Well, don't smirk yet, cowboy. I'm afraid we're not out of the woods.
We're not?
Ashley came over this afternoon. When I started asking her about the financial affairs of Marshall Oil, she got very upset.
I know. I've already been called on the carpet for telling you.
You have?
Mm-hmm. I wish you'd been a little bit more discreet.
Well, I don't see why I should have been more discreet. I didn't know it was a secret.
Well, it was.
Well, in that case, I think you should have been more discreet. You shouldn't have told me.
I thought you could help.
Well, that's what I was doing when Ashley got mad.
You know, if you were able to talk Justin out of these expansion plans, maybe Ashley wouldn't have anything to be angry about.
Oh, no, Mr. Canfield, I'm not getting any more into this mess than I already am.
Coward.
Do me a favor, will you, please? The next time that my brother or sister-in-law tell you something in confidence, don't use me as a sounding board, all right? Just keep it to yourself.
Ashley, we have to talk.
About what?
About Allison.
Something happened?
What's wrong with your sister? Why can't she have the same sense of family loyalty as Gregory?
Whoa, now, Justin, you got me a little confused. Now, it used to be that Allison was always right and Gregory was always wrong. Now, why the sudden change?
You're not going to believe what Allison's done.
Try me.
Apparently, your Aunt Hildy had a friend here in Houston, a very wealthy friend, Mrs. Martha Oster.
I don't know.
Well, Allison does. Well, she went to Allison with a fistful of oil leases. Ready to be negotiated, might I add. Who do you think she took her to see?
I'm afraid to ask.
Let me tell you this. It wasn't me. It wasn't a brother-in-law. It wasn't the man that put a roof over her head, food in her mouth.
Where did she take her?
Where did she take her? Took her to World Oil. That's where she took her. She convinced Mrs. Oster to sell her leases to Rena Decker.
What? Have you got hold of him? Oh, I guess so. I'm trying not to look. Look, Lurleen. Oh, I know, but he's so spooky. Oh, no. And he's light as air. It's really weird. All right, I'm done. Help me down. Okay, come on. You know, I've got a real good feeling about this. I think we're just about to see the last of Bo. I hope so. Yeah. Once the cops let that guy in the alley and we dump Bo, we'll be off the hook. Then we can finally start enjoying our new apartment. Well, we can dump him, Ruby. Let's take him up toward Marshall Village. Didn't you say you knew some good back roads out there? Yeah. There's a good one out near the old Arroyo. All right. Let's head to the old Arroyo and dump this husband of mine for good.
The doctor's Billy tries to buy the Telltale Diary.
I told you, I don't have anything to sell you. You do anything for money. In fact, you've done almost everything anybody could do.
Well, maybe I've changed.
But as Natalie starts a new life with Luke,
You're happy, aren't you?
it could all come to an end because of Billy's desperation this week on The Doctors.
I can't even believe that Allison could do that.
Well, she did. She took a fistful of very good oil leases and put them right down into Rena's lap.
Well, now there has to be a reason.
Well, I'll give you two choices. Either she's a fool or she's an ingrate.
Okay, now, Justin. I mean, Allison is naive, but she's no fool.
All right, we're down to the last choice. She's a traitor.
I warned you. I told you that Rena Decker would do this.
You can't blame this on Rena.
Of course I can. I told you that she would wrap Allison around her little finger, and now she has.
I thought Allison had more sense.
She's young, Justin. See, you think that because she looks like an adult, she is one. She's not.
She's had a good education. She's lived all over the world.
Yeah, and she always had Aunt Hildy there to protect her and get her out of trouble.
Well, why didn't you keep her out of this?
I tried. You're the one that said give her free rein.
She's your responsibility. She's your sister.
Now, you're not going to lay that on me, Justin. It's your fault that she's even at World Oil. Yeah, you said let her make her own decisions. You overruled me and said let her work there. Now, you're just going to have to live with it.
I just don't understand this, Ashley.
Neither do I.
Why'd you do this to us?
There's more to this than meets the eye. You give me some time. I'll find out.
Hey, where am I?
Now that's an original line, huh?
I'm serious. I was just in an apartment over here a minute ago.
Well, you're in an alley now. I don't know what you've been drinking, mister, but you must have had a gallon.
Yeah, sure. That's why we could smell you half a block away.
Oh, look, you guys got this all wrong.
Hey, now come on. Take it easy. Don't get excited.
Look, I'm not excited. I want you to make a phone call for
Yeah,
me.
sure. We'll take care of all of that when you get down to the station.
I ain't going to any...
Hey, now, come on now. Take it easy. Come on, Dave. Now, check him out.
Hey, Si, what I found. Is this yours?
The turnoff is really near here. Lurleen, you are driving like a crazy person. You have hit every hole from Houston to Marshall Village. Hey, this is the old Arroyo Road. Okay, don't pick up speed. Just take it easy. I'm going to look for a place to dump you. This is still too near the highway. Lurleen, I thought we'd never get off the highway. I thought for sure we were going to be picked up by the cops. Lurleen! Say that! Don't even think it! I can't even think! My brains have been scrambled in my head way back there in the Houston city limits. Lurleen, that's it. Stop. I don't care where we are. Stop!
Well, I don't understand why I had to come all the way over here from the hotel. What is so important that it couldn't wait until you got home?
Because what I have to discuss with you is business, and I don't want to chance an argument in front of Gregory.
Oh, Gregory won't mind. He's used to arguments.
What were you thinking of, Allison, when you took Aunt Hildy's friend over to see Rena?
I work for World Oil.
You also live with me and Justin.
Rena Decker has been very good to me. She gave me a job, and she took me seriously while you were still treating me like a little kid.
You are my sister, Allison. Justin is your brother-in-law. We are in competition with World Oil. Your job description does not include getting oil leases. Now, why would you turn your back on your family and take Mrs. Oster over to meet Rena Decker when Marshall Oil needs those leases?
Well, I didn't know you needed the leases. The way you and Justin act, it's always like everything has gone so fine. Besides, I only did what was right. Rena Decker trusts me. What am I supposed to do? Betray that trust?
Rena Decker doesn't trust you any further than she can throw you.
You're wrong, Ashley.
And even if you think you do owe Rena Decker something, let me tell you, there are far greater loyalties in this world than just business loyalties. Now, I want you to think about that.
Well, I don't have to think about that. I did the right thing. I followed my conscience. Now, I work for World Oil, and I intend to stay there. That's where my loyalties are.
I can't believe that you said that.
Well, I did. I meant it.
We are talking about family here.
Ashley, there's no point in discussing this. What's done is done. Let's just drop it, okay?
So late.
Oh gosh, I've been wrapped up in this drawer, and how late is it?
Well, it's late enough. I waited as long as I could. I called Mrs. Carpenter. She came over to sit.
Oh, good. How's Billy Joe Jr.?
I guess he's okay. He was a little cranky until I fed him. He was asleep by the time I left the house.
Did you give him the rest of those apricots?
No, I brought some bananas home, so I gave him those instead.
I swear, honey, you're gonna turn that child into a monkey.
Yeah, well, I'm gonna turn into a scarecrow unless we do something about dinner.
Well, honey, you didn't have to wait for me. You could have just gone ahead.
I don't like to eat alone. You about ready?
Yeah, just about. Hey, I got an idea. Why don't, since you have Mrs. Carpenter, why don't we just drive over to Maggie's and have some supper, okay?
Well, if that's what you want, but I was kind of looking forward to that chicken fried steak and gravy that you do so well. You know, I got stuff ready before I left the house.
Well, it'll keep. You can have it tomorrow.
Yeah, if you get home in time.
Look at this, Billy Joe. Look at this. Now, this is a sports outfit that the people from the Lindermere commissioned. I just think it's the best thing I've ever done. You see these pants, all the material? Well, they're my variation on a Raja pant look that was very big in Italy just this fall. What do you think?
Oh, I think it's just real nice, honey.
This work is so satisfying to me, putting all my efforts into something that I can really be proud of. It's a far cry from working at Maggie's, wiping off tables and filling sugar bowls. Now I'm a fashion designer, doing my own designs and being paid for it. Oh, gosh, it's so exciting, isn't it?
Yeah, it is exciting.
Feel like a whole new person.
Yeah, well, this same person right here is going to starve to death. Let's get a move on.
Okay,
Come on.
okay, I'm coming.
Hello?
Hello, Ashley.
What do you want, Hannibal?
Nothing special, Ashley. I was just thinking about you and Gregory.
Really? What about Gregory?
He's such a nice young man. It's a pity he's so lonely.
What makes you think he's lonely?
I saw him the other night at the Spindletop card room. He was playing at the pool table and he seemed very much alone.
Stay away from him, Hannibal.
Oh, I couldn't do that, Ashley. He's such a polite young man. He recognized me immediately. I was very pleased.
I mean it, Hannibal. I don't...
Stay tuned. Texas will be right back.
I think this place is gonna work.
Yeah, looks deserted enough. Well, let's get going. Oh, this looks like a good spot over here. We could just